Hello, everyone. Nobody here yet. It's okay. Whoever watches this in replay, maybe tell me something a little bit about castles, because I don't know. I will see some of this. Hey, you want to try a social experiment? We're in a different place today, and there's a lot of people here. And let's see if we can get people to do a social experiment. You guys want to try a social experiment? Yesterday was such an emergency. So funny. You want to try a social experiment? Hey, you want to try a social experiment? Hey Martin, hey Lizzie. Hi Chip, I'm watching in my car while I'm waiting for a colleague. Nice. Nice to see you here. Can you guys hear me okay? You guys want to try a social experiment? I just ask you some questions, that's it.
Hello, hello.
Hi, are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yes.
What's your name?
I'm Roger.
I'm Chip, nice to meet you. Roger, you said,
Yes,
right?
of course.
Where are you from?
I'm from Germany, Frankfurt.
Oh, nice. Do you, Roger, do you have a social cause that you're particularly passionate about before I ask you?
No.
No?
Everything okay.
Okay, everything is okay. Okay, then how do you feel about oppression?
What just oppression is?
So oppression is like cruel or unjust treatment. It's kind of like what the Nazis did to the Jewish people.
Yeah, okay.
They oppressed them.
It's definitely not okay. It's
Not
a
okay.
topic. It's a topic. In general, also today. Also, we in Germany notice it with the AfD.
Yeah.
A new nationalist party is raising and growing. So it's a sad development at the moment. So we have to talk about it. We have to fight for democracy. And that history don't repeat.
Okay, so an oppressive action, just to be clear that we're on the same page, an oppressive action implies like somebody doing something to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because they have authority over them, right? Just because they have authority over them, and in the first person's interest, right? Like,
Okay.
for example, if I ask you, should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless? What do you think? If
No.
somebody has power, should
No.
they be able to oppress?
Of course not.
No. So
it's not democratic.
Exactly. So then, what if? Let's put it this way: what if the powerful get benefit out of it, out of oppressing them? Does that make oppression okay?
No, it's not okay. It's never okay.
Okay. And what if the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed?
That's difficult.
That's
I
difficult.
think that is what happened.
That is what happened, but is the oppression itself still okay, or is it still immoral? What do you think?
I don't think it's okay. But the upper class can decide more. They have more influence
Because they have power.
because they have power. It's not okay. Everybody is equal, but equality, it's not same.
Yeah. So abusing your power is wrong, right? Abusing your power over somebody who doesn't have power is wrong, right?
Using power is okay, but maybe we have to think also for lower people. If somebody like Bill Gates do something, he shouldn't do only for his reasons.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So they shouldn't be abusing their power in a sense that it only benefits them, especially if it's in the detriment of the person who's suffering that action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel, and do you think that we're oppressing the animals that we force into slaughterhouses for us?
Okay, I eat meat.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a wrong development also.
Yeah. Because we have power over them.
We have
right?
power. Yeah.
Yeah.
We cannot ask them.
Exactly.
But also it's natural that also animals eat other animals.
Yeah.
So we can be a little bit more. We can think sustainable.
Yeah.
And we can think about if we have to eat meat, all the time. So
We don't have to eat meat at all.
yeah, that's true. That's
Right,
true.
we can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet.
Yeah,
So therefore,
yeah.
every time we do that,
Yeah.
we choose to oppress an individual,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Like in a situation where we would need it, there's things to be said there. There's a gray
Yeah.
area in that situation.
Yeah.
But nowadays, given that we don't need it, don't you think it's wrong to do this to the animals? For something that is optional to us, basically.
I think it depends on everybody.
Yeah.
So
How do you feel about?
I don't think so much about it.
Okay, I understand that you don't think
yeah,
so much about it
yeah.
because that's kind of the nature of the industry,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's kind of
true.
what they do.
Yeah.
They put these products in neat packages. They don't show us what happens to the animals. They don't show us what they go
But
through.
everybody knows. A lot of people know. Not
Well,
everybody.
we kind of know, but it's kind of absent of sight,
Yeah.
absent of mind, right? We
Yeah.
don't see it, so we don't think about it too
Yeah.
much. But do you think that what happens to them is cruel and unjust?
It's cruel.
It is, right?
I think each slaughter is a murder in case.
Exactly.
Um,
And there's on top of that, there's all the exploitation, right? Like for
Yeah.
example, dairy cows being used for their milk,
Yeah.
taking their babies from them so that we can get their milk,
That's true.
and killing their babies if they don't produce anything. So
Yeah, yeah.
all of this is something that is standard practice in the animal agriculture, right? And it's something that we don't talk about because they don't really talk about it themselves, right? They show us footage that it is one way or another, right?
we should talk about it more.
Yeah.
But everybody should decide if he wants to change something.
How do you feel about it? Do you feel like you want to continue participating in the system of oppression, or do you
No,
want to?
I think about it, and
Yeah.
I don't. I eat less meat.
Yeah.
Since 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So I eat meat when I want to eat it. I eat better meat, not the cheap stuff. But it's also not okay. But it's better than eating meat each day. I eat eggs, but I eat better eggs.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, obviously that's a little bit better, right, than doing nothing.
Yeah.
But do you think that to the animals that die for you, regardless if they had like a nice cage or an ugly cage, do you think it matters to them? That, if they get killed at like, I don't know.
In final not.
Yeah.
In final not, but their life is a better life than other people in smaller cages or something like that.
Yeah.
So I know, but I also say it's natural. I also say animals eat other animals, and also they don't care about it.
But do you think we can justify doing this because other animals do it? Because other animals do, like, they commit rape, they kill their children, and they don't accept them and stuff.
Of course not.
And we
of
would
course.
never accept this for ourselves, right? So we can't just justify doing whatever we want to animals because other animals do it, right?
That's true.
We're moral agents.
We are
better,
human.
yeah.
We can think
can
about
think better,
it.
yeah.
True, but it depends on each person.
But do you think it's fair towards the animals to see them as resources and not as individuals who, have a personality? And
I don't know if they have a personality.
they do.
Okay.
Even farmers that farm them,
Yeah.
a lot of the times they cry when they send their animals to the slaughterhouse because
Yeah.
they
I
get
know.
attached to them. And some are joyful, some are shy. They all have a personality. They all want to live. And there's science behind it saying that they're sentient also. So that means they have emotions.
Yeah, they have
A subjective
Okay.
experience, yeah.
Okay,
Kind
I
of
get
like
it.
how a dog does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I were to ask you, if there were only dog meat in the supermarket, would you ever buy dog meat?
Of course not.
No.
Also, not horse or anything
Yeah.
else.
So
I
what
got-
exactly
I
is the
got-
difference between a dog
I got
and
your
a car?
point.
Yeah.
You are right,
Yeah.
but
I don't want to be right.
No,
I
no.
just I want to get people to
Yeah.
change. That's my thinking. I want to do this social experiment when I ask people about
Yeah.
oppression, and I want you to see this perspective where we're oppressing animals, where we see them as resources, and I want to try to help you to stop this because I'm not. I don't think you are, right? Like if I ask you, can you be against oppression when you really pay for it?
yeah,
Can you?
no.
No. So that's it, right? I just want to help you. I'm not forcing my view. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to show you that your view is the same as mine. It's just that these industries, they force this other view on us that, hey, we need to, don't worry about it, it's okay, but it's not. Like if we were in their shoes, would you want that happen to you?
I can't say. I can't say. So you are right. You think what I think in case. So we talk on the same level, I guess.
Yeah. What will
but-
get you to make a change today? What will get you to make a change today?
What will get to make a change to me today?
Yeah.
I don't think so that anything can make a change for me, for my person. So I decided to live like I live. we talk about it. I know all these points, and I will think about it, of course. But I won't change.
But while you
it.
think about it, animals will go into slaughterhouses because of you,
course.
and for you.
But not only I am the reason, and also some.
But some animals, you
Yeah.
will be the sole reason for some animals going to a slaughterhouse. Now, maybe there are other animals who will be like to, I don't know, Betsy or whatever. Let's just put a name to those animals, right? To that one animal, you will be the reason why they go into a slaughterhouse, and you can choose otherwise.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
That's
they
hard.
can't.
Yeah.
They have no other choices.
Yeah, that's hard. It's a hard point.
It's a hard point.
It's a hard
It's sad
point.
to hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
of
understand
course,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. That's why I want to help you change. Like, is there nothing that you would consider changing so that no animal gets exploited for you?
I will think about it.
You will think about
Yeah.
it. Can I give you some resources to look into it?
I'm good. I know something.
You know something?
I have vegan friends and also very.
What do you think being vegan is? Just the FYI between us.
What's the question?
So, what do you think being vegan means? What is it to you?
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle, and it's it's more than this. It's also a mindset.
Yeah, so being vegan means we oppose the idea that animals are resources.
Yeah.
We reject to see them as nothing more than objects. We
Yeah.
reject their exploitation, you know? So
Yeah.
if you think like you align with that, then if you don't align, if your actions don't align with it, then only your morals do. And you know, that makes you a hypocrite. And
Yeah.
none of us want to be a hypocrite because we all want to live
Yeah.
in accordance to what we believe we live in, right?
Yeah. I think my group is hungry.
Yeah.
We won't eat meat.
Can I give you a map with Amsterdam places? of
Yes,
this?
you can.
That's a good
Of
one,
course.
right? But just keep in mind, in dairy products, they also exploit animals.
Okay.
These are some vegan restaurants in Amsterdam. Try some
Queen?
of them.
Okay. Where we are at the moment?
We are somewhere here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can have a look, right?
Yeah, you can have a
Okay.
look around
Okay.
this area.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Please choose differently, okay?
Okay.
It's about them. If you were in their shoes, you wouldn't want this to
Yes.
happen to you.
Okay.
You want yourself to stop, right?
Yeah.
Think about it this way, okay?
I will do.
From the
Have a nice
perspective of
day.
victims. You too.
Goodbye.
Bye. Animals are not human. Hello, Mr. Peter. Actually, hello everybody who's here. We are now here in Dam Square in Amsterdam. There's a lot of people around us. Let's see how many people we get to have a conversation. Mr. Monk said he seems empathetic. He did seem empathetic, I agree. But you know, when I asked him if he wants to change, he said no. But that could also be, you know, that's the thing, right? When you meet a stranger, you kind of push them. You don't know what they'll expect, but you know, who knows? I don't have high expectations that people will change after they discuss with me, but I do have expectations that some things in their mind change, that they see things slightly differently. So maybe that's what will happen. I don't know. At the end of the day, we're here to try and inform people, and we try to get them to see the perspective, the real perspective, the perspective of the victims. You know. Peter says, I hate killing animals, but it's my job. Okay, Peter, well, I guess, you know, you have nothing to do about your job. I mean, maybe you can quit your job, but if you think that you're stuck in that job and you can't quit it, you can always, you know, at least not participate in it, you know, yourself, not support it, not pay for it, not pay for more exploitation, abuse, and slaughter. So you can be vegan if you want to. So everybody, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the stream. Hi. Good. You want to try a social experiment?
I don't know what it is, but tell me.
I just ask you some questions.
Is it religious?
No, it's not religious.
Okay, yeah, because they said it's religious. I said it can't be religious.
No,
Go
it's
on.
not. I'm an atheist, so I can.
Oh, yeah, me
no,
too.
No
Yeah,
religion.
good.
Okay. Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yeah,
Okay. What's your name?
Warwick.
Say it again.
Warwick.
Warwick. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you,
Hey,
Warwick.
good to meet you.
Okay. So, what's your take on oppression?
Oh. Well, we don't really see too much of it where we live. I live in Dublin, so.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of it.
Yeah,
But are
yeah.
you for it? Are you against it?
Ah, no, I'd be against it.
Okay. Do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No, I think everyone's an equal.
Yeah. So basically, the powerful should have an obligation to not oppress.
I've had a few drinks, so this is very complicated.
It's okay. Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you said the powerful should not have the right to oppress the powerless, right? Is there any
No.
circumstance that you can think of where the powerful should have that right?
I think you have to define powerful.
Somebody
what
with
do we
power,
mean by but what do we mean by
physical power, intellectual power, doesn't really matter. If they could choose to oppress somebody, should they
Yeah.
have the right to do it? Should they have the means to do it?
I think it depends on the situation, really. And their definition of powerful is quite broad because
Yeah.
for some people, you might say intellectual power is like about doing the right thing or having knowledge and using it in the right way. And then you might say, well, do you know what? Like in a very simple term, you might say, well, if that person's more powerful, more knowledgeable, then they could make decisions that could affect others. That maybe.
But the oppression means that they're basically treating the victims unjustly, right?
Of course.
They're
yeah.
exercising their authority. They're abusing their power.
But
right?
is that a matter of opinion though? If you're using a really broad definition of powerful, like is there a kind of a narrow definition then of oppression? I don't know.
So
No, I don't know where it is. I have to come with you. Yeah, I have to go.
you have to go. Okay.
Sorry about this.
Can I give you a card to look into something?
You want to give me what?
Yeah, a card.
A card. You give me
Yeah.
a card.
Yeah, I'll give you a card. I'm trying to speak for animal rights. That's why I talk about
Okay.
power and oppression.
Yeah.
And we have power over them, and we're oppressing them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was going with this. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
you
you
need
take
to
a
get
look
there
on
a
the
bit
other side.
quicker.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. Bye. Yeah. So we are back. This person had to go because their group was going to the hotel and they didn't know where they were. If you're just tuning in, hello and welcome. Glad to have you here. This is the second day consecutively where we're doing activism. Let's see if we get better people today. Maybe we get more people to change. So far, no. Well, not a good results, right? That's kind of what we expect. Yeah, Peter, I don't know what has been talked about in the chat, but we are here to try to defend animals. Like, if you have a problem with that, if you think that animals don't deserve defending, then maybe you should think about it again, because we're all animals and we all deserve to be defended. So don't get offended if that's that's what happens. If you get offended by the fact that you exploit or support exploitation or abuse animals, or as you said, you kill them. Don't get offended if people won't like that you do that, right? We're here to speak up for defend animals. I do, not livestock. Livestock are animals. Just because you gave them a name to try to dissociate from the fact that they are individuals who want to live does not give you the right to do whatever you want to them. Keep that in mind. Hey. Should feral rabbits be killed? Yeah, see, and that's the thing, right? When we always discuss about this exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of animals, everybody just comes with whataboutisms, right? It's a logical fallacy where instead of listening to the point, you try to find these edge cases where it's like, oh, but this makes sense. This makes so much more sense if we do it this way. How dare you? Listen, you might find edge cases where you might need to kill an animal, whatever. I'm not gonna stand here and say there's no such edge cases where those wouldn't seem, and I said seem, not seem justified, but the reality is the situations that you're in, the situations that most people are in, we don't need to do any of those to those animals. We don't need to support any of that. So please stop supporting that. That's the point. We need to give animals total sentience to defend them. They are sentient, yeah. There's no such thing as partial sentience. There is just sentience or not sentience, and they are sentient. You want to try a social experiment?
Just asking, how long will you be here too?
How long will I be here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why? This is definitely a weirder place. got asked how long will I be here. This is the first time I got asked that. But yeah. 75% says drug alone. Yeah, there's no such thing, you know. Sentience is sentience. Sentience means the capability to have emotions, to feel pain, to have a subjective experience. So to say that animals have partially, what does that even mean? Does that mean that do you just define a group of emotions and then you say that they have partial sentience? What if we find animals that have more emotions? Does that mean that we have partial sentience? That's the thing. You need to realize that sentience is not a gradient. It's not a spectrum. Sentience is a on-off switch, pretty much. And maybe there are, you know, as we go closer to the on-off area, maybe there is some gray area somewhere there. But that's definitely not the case with the animals that we farm. But yeah, let's see. Let's see how many people we get today. Yesterday, I did activism. I don't know how many of you have also seen me yesterday do this on the street. Yesterday we did it in a different place, and maybe we'll come here tomorrow as well. Tomorrow will depend on different aspects. You guys want to try a social experiment?
Maybe later.
Okay. Tomorrow will depend on different aspects. I do have some appointments in my house coming tomorrow, so depending on when those people come, I will or not do activism. But yesterday we ended the activism super fast because there was an emergency. Yeah, there was one of those, you know, bathroom emergencies, and I had to pee so badly. I just can't say it. I had to pee so badly yesterday. It was so bad. Like literally after I ended that, I had to end instantly, and after I ended that, I was walking like this because I couldn't move. I was literally in pain. And today, just to combat this, I haven't drank any water since the morning. So maybe we won't have this issue anymore today, hopefully. Is that stupid that I didn't drink water? Maybe. I don't know. I can survive. That's the thing, you know. If you can't find a plant-based product, you don't have to eat anything. You can survive and thrive. You can skip a meal if you don't have anything to eat for that meal that is plant-based. That's also a thing, right? Just like I'm now skipping to drink some water. I'm not gonna die. Nothing's gonna happen. All is gonna be fine. It's one of those other things.
I was wondering if you'd be interested in sharing my blog and stuff and checking it out.
What is your blog about?
A lot of subjects from A to Z. Yeah, a lot of good translation formats, very good exercises for holistic health, and very interesting exploration of the internet.
If you do the social experiment with me, you can maybe plug your blog.
What's it about?
Or just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit.
Is that thing live?
Yeah, it is live, yeah.
Oh, what's in your hat?
That's a microphone.
Oh, nice technology gadgets. Huh?
Yeah, thank you.
So, what was the subject? Is it surprising?
Well, once I ask you, you will understand what the subject is about.
Oh God, I don't know. Do I get a $5 reward?
No.
Well, get this. I also wanted to say there's a bit of a discrepancy that Christians have seen to corner the market on translations format and translations equivalent. The main concept of their whole thing is translations, but how does a whole bunch of public schools in a whole country never once have tenured teachers? Think about tenured teachers as well, because they always say the word tenured, they always stress that word. How does all those tenured teachers, long-term contract teachers, never mention the word translations? They all have different subjects. No matter which one it is, they never mention the word translations. They never write up a presentation on a whiteboard with a marker and say, translations, people, remember how important it is for psych. Remember how it is important for your healthy formats in your own, holistic formats that I talk about here for exercises. It's called translations, and it's called formats, and it's called like literature, translations, equivalent, word processing, stimulation, STIM.
Yeah.
All that psychological language word info. All public schools that I went to, all had tenured teachers who wouldn't even mention this topic even once. So why is it that Christians seem to have cornered the market on this and don't allow?
You want to do a social
What are your-
experiment?
Yes,
Yeah.
what is
Okay.
it?
Nice.
Oh, are you
I
gonna
just
film me?
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube. Are you okay being
gosh.
live?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. What's your name?
Hannah,
Hannah. Nice to meet you. I'm Chip.
nice to meet you.
Oh, you could have kept the gloves on. So, hello, Hannah.
Hi.
So, I'm just gonna turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
Should be legal.
Yeah.
Really? Are you even asking that question?
Do you agree with it?
No.
Why not?
Why? Because I'm an animal lover.
Okay. Is that all? If you don't love animals, should you be able to abuse them?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't matter that you're
no,
an animal lover.
no, you're right there. Well, they have got feelings and yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, they're sentient. They have feelings.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Okay, how would you define abuse?
Oh, so I think it can be defined. I'm an ass, so it can, from my perspective, it can be defined as lots of different ways.
I would say physical or emotional harm.
Yeah,
Is that a good enough
yeah,
definition?
you can say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it encapsulates both like hitting an animal, also screaming at them, or
Yeah.
creating like mental or
Yeah.
psychological scars, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we shouldn't be abusing cats or dogs.
No.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
I agree, but we all eat. Well, the majority of the world eats meat.
Yeah. Do you think there's some abuse behind animal products like
Yes,
meat?
probably. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Do you consume any of those products?
I do eat meat. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there's a way to maintain your status of being against animal abuse while simultaneously paying for it by buying
Yeah, I
animal
think.
products?
I think if you like free range, so I will only buy free range eggs.
But don't they still get killed when they no longer produce eggs?
Yeah.
Isn't that abusive?
Yeah. Probably.
So you're still supporting abuse,
Yeah,
right? In
but
that sense.
I think I enjoy eating meat. So.
Yeah. But do you
But
think that's a
it's-
good enough justification to abuse an animal because you enjoy it?
No. But I think there can be right ways that they are killed without them being abused and.
What's the right way to kill somebody who doesn't want to die?
Well, they can't. Like, I think I've got a different view on things. So, like cows and stuff like that. Because I haven't got that. I've not got a cow. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I've got a dog,
Yeah.
and they have an attachment with me.
Yeah.
So I brought them up, and then I treat them well.
Yeah.
Whereas cows, I think I've got like a mental block.
That's okay, yeah, because
yeah.
we probably haven't seen them and we've been taught to see them as resources at some point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But do you think that there's a difference between cows and dogs? Because I would say they're
But I
just...
think that's a mental block.
That's
Like,
a
you
mental
put that-
block, yeah.
yeah.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very true. It's for most people that's the reality, right?
Yeah.
It's we've been trained to see them as resources, but like thinking about it now, do you think that from their perspective, from the perspective of a cow, is it that much different than a perspective of a dog?
I don't know how a cow thinks.
No, but
Like,
they
I
do
don't know.
feel and have
Yeah,
emotions.
I get that, but
they even play
I think-
fetch, you know? If you look, there's videos online of
Oh,
cows
really?
playing fetch.
Are you
yeah.
a vegetarian?
I'm a vegan, yeah.
You're a vegan.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get people to think a little bit about animals and try to
Yeah.
get them to change their ways because
I think it's hard though because people do get set in their ways, and
it's true.
it's
It's
difficult.
true.
And if you look at like supermarkets and stuff like that, vegan stuff, like so my friend's a vegan. I went into Tesco's. There was one type of cake that I could get for her.
Yeah.
That was vegan. That's it. And that was 3 times the amount of money than it would for any other cake that isn't vegan.
Yeah, but
So
you don't
I
have
think
to
there
buy
is-
cake, right?
No, but that's just for an example.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I suppose if the supermarkets lowered the prices, made more variety, then people might be more inclined to.
But it's one of those chickens and eggs situations, right? Who came first? Because if the supermarkets lower prices, the supermarkets will lower prices if there's more demand for it, right?
Yeah.
So if more people ask for it, the supermarkets will lower the prices. So in a sense, we can't like. Do you think that price difference justifies slaughtering an animal?
No, I don't. But like some people can't afford.
Look,
Buy-
pasta, rice, beans,
Yeah, I know,
lentils, chickpeas.
But some people like eating meat. Like we can't contradict people.
So it's not
what they
about
can.
price; it's about the liking
Well,
of it.
I think it's a bit about both because price comes into it, But I think it's also, you know, people have a choice if they want to eat meat.
But
or
should
not.
people have a choice to exploit and slaughter animals?
Well, they're not actually doing it themselves. They're just buying the product.
Yeah, but it starts with them, right? It starts if you buy an animal product, it starts with you. An animal, maybe not the product that was on the shelf, the animal that died for that, isn't, let's say, not your responsibility. Although but but the next animal will be.
I can't. I enjoy meat, so.
But do you think then? Let me ask you this: do you think your enjoyment is worth more than their life? Your 3 minutes of pleasure is worth more than an animal's life?
Well, I'm not vegan and I'm not vegetarian. That's how I am. I've been brought up with meat, eating meat all my life.
What do you think being vegan means?
No, and any produce from an animal.
Yeah, so being vegan means we don't treat animals like objects. It means we don't commodify them, we don't exploit them, we realize that they're individuals, just like your dog is, right?
Yeah.
All animals
I'll
are
have
the
to go 'cause
same.
My husband's over there.
Yeah.
Waiting for me. But
How
good
many more
luck.
animals do you want to be exploited for you?
Well, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Alright, but good
Stop
luck.
exploiting animals. Okay, I think I'm done being nice. I think I'm done. I just don't like it when people behave like that. I think I'll start off nicely and I'll start being a bit more aggressive because it's. Hey, Alexandra is here. Hello, Alexandra. Yeah, she's very selfish. Nice to see you too, Alexandra. Nice welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Hey, you guys want to try a social experiment? Okay, well, I think I'm kind of done. I think I was very nice in US and I think I'm kind of done being nice. Ben says stay calm. Ben, I am calm. I'm just these kind of people, you know, these people who like they justify these horrors by saying it's, you know, but I like it. What the fuck does it matter that you like it? Who gives a shit what you like? You're a fucking oppressor. You shouldn't care. Nobody cares. Sorry for the language, everybody. Sorry. This is a chat where we will be swearing a little bit. Yeah, they say stupid shit. Always be patient, says Daniel. Yeah, I'm trying to be patient, but I think with people like this, I need to escalate it a bit, just to make them, at least make them feel bad when they leave. You know, just I don't. You know, these people, like, I feel like this person right here, I don't even know. Maybe something in her mind went like, oh shit. But I doubt it, and I want at least somebody to get something out of it. You know. You want to try a social experiment? Mr. Max says, Chip, you are doing great. Yeah, thank you. It's a tough balance, says Louis. Yeah. Is it Louis or is it Louis? I always wonder. No shaming, Chip. It's best way, says Daniel. Yeah, Daniel. I mean, you know, I felt like this woman, I really wanted to shame her a little bit. I won't deny it. It's kind of annoying, you know. It's kind of annoying to see these people not give a shit and to put their own 5 minutes of pleasure above a whole animal's life. Like, that's insane. But there will always be people like that. There's nothing we can do about it, huh? All we can do is hope. Why are you in Amsterdam? Asked me T. Because that's where I live. I live in Amsterdam, and that's where I do my activism. Stephen Averse said hi. Hey, Stephen Averse, nice to see you here. And everybody else who's here, welcome to the stream. I'm happy you're here. We're trying to do a social experiment, try to change people's minds. If you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, hit that like and that subscribe. We want to get those numbers up, everybody. We're running low. We're behind with those numbers. You know, my brain says those numbers should be higher. So we gotta stay up to date with my brain. Otherwise, it's weird. Hell, otherwise my brain becomes, you know, well, all the reality becomes a hypocritical thing, right? Because my brain says one thing, the number says another. I'm kidding around, of course. That's nothing. Hey, Mobius, nice to see you. But if you're just here, you know, you might subscribe just because we have a nice community here of people. We enjoy talking to each other. We enjoy seeing each other. And we enjoy discussing animal rights and, you know, holding people, well, not holding people accountable, but rather changing minds. That's what we want. Let's see. It's insane, right? There's so many more people today here, and it feels like way less people stop, which is also weird. So maybe this isn't the best location to be sitting. But we're stuck here. Chip, at the beginning, near 20 minutes, you read me saying, Peter, 75 agriculture used to feed the dead animals you eat, 75, but you have read the 75% and misinterpreted. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Okay, that's okay. It's some, you know, Draculum. I tend to misinterpret things when I take them out of context, as we all do, right? That's fine. They don't stop because of the weather, says Ben. Partially, some people are afraid of the camera, some people are, I don't know, maybe afraid of my face. I also noticed that, you guys want to try a social experiment? I also noticed that if I talk, sometimes they're nervous or they don't want to come and talk to me, so they're busy, Mobius says. I think it's a tourist area. Everybody's here just walking around. Maybe some people are walking towards the station because the station is pretty close. But I think in general it's just a different place, you know. Let's see what will happen. I'm hoping that more people will stop by, and if not, maybe we'll go on the other side of the road, and there are way more people there. You want to try a social experiment? It is colder today, by the way. Whoa, Danielo, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for donating. Ben, are you also doing outreach in Berlin? As Alexandra. Yeah. Okay, there's a group of people. Let's see if we can get some of them to stop by. Focus. I will focus. If I focus, people stop by.
Die zijn dan gedeeld?
Dan ben je lang blij.
Want to try a social experiment? Oh, Davy's here. Hey, Davy. Nice to see you. Daniela, thank you so much. You don't need to say thank you. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna give it, let's see, because the time is, okay, we're gonna give it another 5 minutes. If nobody stops in 5 minutes, we're gonna go on the other side of the road, and there's more people there. Moving will be interesting, but we'll find a way. I mean, the difficulty of moving a camera is nothing compared to the difficulty that animals go through. By the way, Ben, I noticed that you're moderating. I appreciate it. Do not ban people for being non-vegans or something like that, please. We want to have conversations. We want to change minds, okay? I'm just letting you know. Well, not just you, Ben. Every moderator there. Thank you so much. I appreciate what you do, by the way. Imagine everybody would start calling you Bible, Davey. That's funny. By the way, Davey, I am enjoying your podcast a lot. And if you guys don't know, Davey has a podcast called Bible Dumb Podcast, where they read the Bible and try to make sense out of it, which is kind of funny because You guys want to try a social experiment?
Sorry, mate. It's sorry.
You can try it.
What is it?
Just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit.
Let's do it.
What's your name?
My name's Quinn, mate.
I'm Chip.
Tyler.
Chip. Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, okay. So, turn this around. Tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
Is this animal abuse?
It says animal abuse should be legal.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Do you agree with animal abuse should be legal? Why?
Illegal. Oh,
It says legal.
wait. Animal. No, it shouldn't be illegal. At all.
Why? Same question.
Animals are like humans, aren't they?
Yeah, but why shouldn't it be legal? Why shouldn't we be allowed to abuse animals?
It's just not right, is it?
What makes it wrong?
So many things. Like, if you seen someone hurting an animal, you wouldn't think it's okay, would you ever?
No, I wouldn't know. But I'm just curious, like, what specifically makes it wrong, right? Like, is there anything specific that makes it wrong, or is it just?
Because animals have feelings.
Yeah,
Just like humans.
because they would feel, right?
They have
Us,
hearts.
right?
you
Yeah,
know, they have-
yeah, because they would feel the abuse that we give.
Exactly,
them, right?
yeah.
Exactly. Right. That's a good one. How would you define abuse then?
Hitting and kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verbal as well. Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Shouting,
Yeah.
kicking.
Yeah, so like physical or emotional
Yeah,
part, right?
abuse, yeah.
Okay. So it's wrong to abuse cats or dogs. What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Yeah, everything. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, even if it's like an animal that we eat, it's still not okay to abuse them.
Do you
They
think
should,
that
be, they should be found properly, do you know what I mean?
do you think that when we farm animals, there is inherent abuse happening there?
I wouldn't know,
You wouldn't know.
because you don't get to see any of it, do you?
But do you think that killing an animal is not abusive?
It's a sticky one.
Food chain.
Because I do eat meat. I eat meat like fine, no problem. But I don't. If I seen an animal getting killed, I wouldn't like it. But I don't
Yeah.
see it, so it doesn't affect me.
I understand that, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I'm here trying to raise awareness of what happens to the animals in the animal agriculture.
Yeah.
So let me ask you: do you know, for example, what happens to dairy cows?
Dairy cows, no.
No. So how do you imagine dairy cows producing milk, or how do you imagine that the whole milk process gets to your plate, to your glass of milk or
So-
cheese or whatever?
They're just brought up, fed, and grown in the field, and then when they get to a certain age, they're harvest.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so cows are mammals. In
Yeah.
order to produce milk, they have to have babies, just like humans, just like
Yeah.
all mammals.
Yeah.
So farmers, they forcefully impregnate them. They literally, somebody puts their hands in their anus to hold their cervix and injects bull semen in their vagina.
Really?
Yeah, because bulls are, not everybody has a bull, and not everybody can afford to keep a bull alive. So they just buy the semen and then inject it in the
Jesus.
vagina. Yeah. So after 9 months, when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
I can tell you.
So the first thing is they get separated from their mother because they would drink their mother's milk, and
Yeah.
then the farmer wouldn't have enough to sell, right? So they need to sell.
Crazy.
Yeah, and if the baby is born male, they don't produce any milk. So what happens to them?
Dead.
Yeah, exactly. They get killed. Yeah, or they sometimes get left to starve to death on some farms. Either way, but most of the times they just get killed. And if they're female, year-over-year forceful impregnation
Yeah.
for 6 to 8 years, when the farmer can no longer justify keeping them alive because they either don't get pregnant with ease or they don't produce enough milk, and then they all get killed. And they can live up to 25 years.
Well, that in a sense is abuse, yeah.
Yeah.
That in a sense is.
Yeah, so this is just the dairy industry, but it happens for the meat industry. It's kind of the same. It's maybe actually no, it's fairly similar for the meat industry.
I completely agree with it.
Yeah.
It's not something that would ever stop me eating meat, but it's definitely something I'd be like, oh, it's not right.
So why isn't it that it would stop you? Could you actually be against animal abuse while supporting this? Because this is abuse, right? And you
Yeah.
pay for it and you support it. They only do it because you give them money.
See, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's one of them where will it ever end?
Yeah. But it can end if people like you choose to end it, right? If people like you choose to not
If-
participate in it, not
I'd
to
say
not pay it anymore.
it'd be a minority of people that would choose not to, but the millions and millions of people that don't, it would just carry on.
Does that matter? Like doing something wrong, does it matter if everybody does it? It's still wrong, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There's many ways of looking at it. There's
Yeah.
so many opinions, so many different.
But what is your opinion? Because you said this
I'd
is
say that's
abuse, and you say
I'd-
abuse
I would
is
say
wrong,
that's abuse,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So in a sense, does that mean consuming animal products is wrong? Because it is
I don't know.
abusive, right?
What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's how humans have been for thousands and thousands of years. So that's part of life, really. It's a food chain.
But
we
you know,
agree
up until like 50 years ago, women didn't have rights, right? Or maybe 100 years ago, women didn't have
that. Yeah,
rights.
I get things have to change over
So
years.
yeah, so
but-
things have to change. Just because it's been happening for thousands of years doesn't mean we have to continue doing it, right?
Yeah, but then. I
Does
mean,
it still mean right if we've been doing it like does the repetition of an action or the duration of an action change whether it's right or not? Like if I kick a dog every day for a year, at some point does it become right to kick a dog?
Well, no, it wouldn't.
No. So just because we've been doing it for thousands of years doesn't make
that's,
it
that's
right.
what
right?
I go back to.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways of looking at it, but then
Yeah.
there's so many people have so many reasons why they just say, yeah, I'll still carry on eating meat.
What's your reason for continuing?
I can't give you a straight answer,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't like stop myself eating certain things just for certain reasons. But
Do you stop yourself from eating dogs?
I've just never been offered dog. I've never even been. I probably tried dog.
Do you feel the lack of dog meat?
lack of dog meat?
Yeah.
Dogs. Well, that's only really in China, places like that, isn't it?
I don't know. Okay. Horse meat, whatever. Do you feel the lack of a certain meat?
No.
No, so then if you stop this, why would you think you will feel the lack of, I don't know, cow's meat or chicken's meat, right? Like at some point, I mean, of course, it is a habit that you've created your whole life, right? You've been taught that way, but I think we should challenge our habits, especially when we create victims out of our habits, right? If we abuse people or animals with our habits, we shouldn't be going on just because they're our habits. We should stop them, and at some point, yeah, you'll see that you won't miss any of it anymore.
I completely respect that. I
Yeah.
do respect it.
Yeah.
I love you. I love how enthusiastic you are.
Yeah.
I do like it.
Well, does that get you to change your mind a little bit? What's happening
It
there?
definitely make me think about it.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely.
That's a good start.
Yeah,
Do you think that while you're thinking, it's important that we don't no longer abuse more animals until you make up your mind?
That's someone else's job, not mine. Do you know
That's
what I mean?
someone else's job, but you pay them, huh?
Yeah, but if I think about it and don't buy them anymore, I'm not contributing towards that anymore.
If you think about it and not buying anymore, then you won't be contributing to it.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, but while you buy it, you're contributing to it,
Yeah,
huh?
of course.
So,
That's
how,
the ultimatum. If you buy it, you're contributing. But if you don't, you're not.
so how many more animals do you want to be exploited for you before you stop?
Jesus. I don't know. I can tell you.
Okay, if you were in their shoes, what would I need to say so that the people standing in front of me should change and not abuse you?
That's just how the cookie crumbles, isn't it?
Say it again?
That's just how the cookie crumbles. That's how this is life.
Yeah.
And when I think if like let's say 50% of the population stopped eating meat, it will never ever ever end. Killing meat and killing horses, whatever.
I mean, I disagree that I believe that it will win, but it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
Because again, everybody doing the wrong thing doesn't mean we have to do the wrong thing also.
Yeah.
And am I to understand that you're from UK?
Yeah.
It's easy to be vegan in UK.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy,
Yeah, there's a lot of plant-based options. There's a lot of options really everywhere. If you have a
It just
supermarket.
doesn't taste as nice.
I mean, maybe you haven't tried the right things because there's a lot
Yeah,
of things
true.
that
I've only
taste
tried a
nice.
couple of things
Yeah,
that weren't very
yeah, but also, do you think like the difference in taste? Let's say it tastes a little bit different, right? Because of course, if you've grown up eating something your whole life and then you try something that tastes a little bit different, you're going to be like, oh, it tastes so off.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a good point.
right? But at
I
some
tried
point
the
you
vegan chicken
realize that
nuggets and I was like, these
yeah,
chicken-
exactly.
chicken ones.
It tastes a little bit off. But then, do you think that small taste differences justifies what they go through?
But the chickens, they get killed like human. Oh, we've got to go. It was very good having a chat with you, mate.
Okay.
I do.
Can I give you a card to look into it?
Yeah, go on. Then.
Only if you promise me to watch one thing.
I will. I promise.
You promise?
I
Okay.
promise.
So you got one thing here. If you go on this website and type in this code, there's
Yeah.
a thing there called the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Okay, Sam, I'll have a look.
You watch that?
I will watch
and share it with your friends, please.
Yeah, we'll do.
Okay? It's a really good speech, by the way. It's nothing
you
more,
for your
okay?
time, I appreciate
Yeah, have a good one. We're not getting any good things today, huh? We're only getting this. He seemed open-minded. He did seem open-minded in it. You guys want to try a social experiment? You want to try a social experiment? You okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, sure.
What's your name?
This.
Peace. Nice to
Hi.
meet you. I'm Chip. Where are you from?
I'm from Amsterdam.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, I live in Amsterdam, but I'm from Romania originally. Okay, so I'll turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal. Do you agree?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I like dogs.
You like dogs?
I own a dog myself.
So if somebody doesn't like dogs, should they be allowed to abuse them?
No.
So why not?
Uh, I don't know. I just think it's. I don't know the word. Zielig. Do you know the word?
No, I don't know what that means.
But I think it's. Sorry, pathetic for the animals.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah. Is it because animals would
Sad.
feel, or they would feel the abuse?
Yeah, they
happening
say
to them?
dogs is a man's best friend, so we need to treat them like they're a man's best friend.
But cat is not a man's best friend. Should we abuse
No.
them?
No, but if you want, you can go ahead. I don't.
If you want, you can go ahead. So you only
Yeah.
care about dogs
Yeah, and horses.
and horses.
Yeah.
Well, so, but horse is not a man's best friend. Why shouldn't we abuse
No,
them?
but they serve mankind, and they still serve mankind for a lot of ages. So we should be a little nice to them. And cows and.
So only the animals that we can get some benefit from them should not be abused.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you shouldn't abuse animals. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's. Yeah, just
Would you abuse a cat?
no,
Why not?
because I think it's sad for the cat.
Okay. Yeah. You would
Yeah.
feel sorry for them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, how would you define abuse, by the way?
You could abuse them mentally, like putting them in a corner in a cage, and just keeping them there in their own shit. Or you could abuse them physically by hitting them.
Okay.
Or something else.
Oh, that's a very good definition. Okay. So it's wrong to abuse cats or dogs.
Yeah.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
It's bad, but it's for human consumption. You mean, right?
I mean, also for human consumption.
yeah.
Yeah. For clothing, also for entertainment, whatever
for
it
clothing,
is.
entertainment. Yeah, it's bad. Like the circus when they abuse lions
Yeah.
and rhinos. I think it's banned in most countries, not in all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bad. Like what happens in Thailand with the elephants. They're almost extinct, right?
But you say it's bad, right?
Yeah,
So is it bad because elephants are extinct, or is it bad because we do this to elephants?
just because it's bad. It's bad
Just
to
because
do
it's
it.
bad,
You
okay.
you wouldn't do it to a person.
Because we don't need to do it,
No.
right? Exactly. So what is the difference then doing this for entertainment and doing it for food? Because
Yeah.
for food it's also optional, right? It's optional food. It's not.
That's good, but I always say if you can't kill it, you can't eat it. So I mean, I'm able. That sounds very harsh to say. I'm gonna be like this on the internet, but I'm able to kill my own food if I need to kill it.
If you need
But-
to, but
yeah,
you don't need
so-
to kill anybody, right? Nowadays.
No, but I still need to eat meat because
Why?
it's good for me and I like it.
Well, you
So
like it.
I
You don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
need
it's it's an optional thing that you like.
yeah, it's an optional thing. Yeah.
Because
yeah,
you can
yeah.
survive and thrive on a plant-based diet. You don't actually need it.
Yeah.
So
but-
what is the
but-
difference then between you and somebody who kills for entertainment? Because you kill for pleasure. Liking is a pleasure.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
I'm against it.
But that's
Yeah.
what you support when you buy animal products, right? Because you when you buy an animal product,
Yeah.
you don't choose the animal product. How do you choose an animal product? Do you choose it based on nutrition, or do you choose it based on taste, or both?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you can get your nutrition from a plant-based product, right? You can get
Yeah.
all the nutrition you need from a plant-based product.
Yeah.
You only choose based on taste because you're familiar with that taste.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it's even better, it's just that you're familiar with that
Yeah.
taste. So, but taste is a sensory pleasure. So that means when you make that choice, you make based on the pleasure, because that's the sole differentiator for your choice,
Yeah, that's true.
right? Why wouldn't you choose a
So
plant-based
you're
product?
telling me I think it's fun to kill animals.
I think that's
Yeah.
that's kind of the message that we're sending out, right? Maybe
Yeah.
that's not what you want to say, but that's kind of what our actions say, right? That's what your
Yeah,
actions say when we.
I get
when
it.
you
I
do
get
this.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I know. I just like the meat.
Yeah,
And,
I understand that, but do you think
yeah.
that if I were to like, or somebody were to like the taste of your meat or your family's meat,
Yeah.
would it be okay for them to kill them and eat them just because they like their taste?
Well, I wouldn't say here in the Western, but like you have some tribes in Africa or South America where they do it, and I think yeah, it's just their culture, and I'm not one to say it's wrong for them to not do it because it's how they think life works. And
So
then-
if I'm from that tribe, I come
Yeah,
from that tribe right
yeah.
now. I come here, and it's okay for me because it's my culture. It's okay for me to kill people and eat
well,
them.
not
because
here,
it's
but
my
over
culture.
there it's okay.
Why? What's the difference?
Because here the culture is different. It's a different culture than over there.
Yeah, but
So,
do you
yeah.
think that culture should justify? Like, there's a culture in this world
Yeah.
where they do female genital mutilation, where they literally take they cut the clitoris off of a
Yeah, yeah.
woman. Do you think that's okay
No.
to do?
No?
But it's their
I don't.
culture.
Yeah, but I don't think it's okay. But now we have, over here, it's definitely not okay, and over there it's also not okay. But I'm not going there to stop it.
No, I understand
Like,
that. Like you don't want to fight for it. That's a different
Yeah.
thing, right? But you wouldn't participate in it yourself, right?
No.
Just because it's cultural.
No.
No. So if you then something being cultural doesn't mean you have to participate in it. Doesn't make it right? So just because we kill animals out of culture
Yeah.
and eat them doesn't mean it's right that we do this to them, right?
No, but it's not right, and maybe it's not okay, but I'm still gonna continue to eat meat because I like to eat meat. I like to make it myself.
Do you think you can maintain your status of being against animal abuse while simultaneously
Yeah.
paying for animal abuse?
Yeah.
Is there no contradiction there?
No, because I mostly eat shot food, so animals that were shot in the wild. That means they can have a happy life, and then when there's overpopulation, so they're gonna starve anyway.
So you don't eat at any restaurant.
Yeah, sometimes I do, but I said mostly I eat shot food.
So you also support abuse in the restaurants, because even
Yeah.
if you don't consider, let's say, shooting an animal,
Yeah.
although I would say that's still abusive because
Yeah.
you're taking their life needlessly
Yeah,
because you don't
okay,
need
yeah,
to do
yeah,
it.
I get it.
But you're still
Yeah.
you go into restaurants and you support this
Yeah.
abuse. So wouldn't you say then? Can you really be against animal abuse? I ask you again.
Yeah, you still can be.
You can say you are,
Yeah,
but
you
your
can say
actions
you
don't
are,
say,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I can say
Yeah, actually, they say something else. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I can say I'm a feminist, but then if I go around beating women, I'm not a feminist, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's the same thing with this, right? So what do you want to do? Do you want to continue being an animal abuser or do you want to stop?
I'm gonna continue eating meat. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that? Why isn't it important for you to stop? Like if it were dogs instead of cows, why wouldn't you want to stop? Would you stop if it were dogs?
No. Well, dogs, I think yeah, but I don't think I would stop eating meat like my whole life.
So it's just because you don't value these animals.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
but-
hard to say.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
But do you think that anybody who doesn't value you should have the right to kill you and take your life?
No, that
No.
can't happen.
But that's what your
Wrong place,
actions
wrong
say,
time.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's
so when
true.
you do this, you kind of approve of somebody else doing the same to you
Yeah.
because they don't value it, and
Yeah.
right? Because it's not the value that we place on others that matters; it's the value that they have themselves, right?
Yeah.
Like it's wrong to abuse a dog not because they have some form of value to you, but because they would feel, as you said, they would
Yeah.
feel. The cows is the same; they
Yeah,
would
of
feel,
course.
you know.
It's sad, and I don't think it's good what happens when they put them in little spaces. But yeah, I'm gonna eat it because I like it, and it's bad for me. I know that, but yeah, it's not.
Just to
it's
put
not-
things into perspective, do you know
Yeah.
anything about the dairy industry, for example? What happens to dairy cows?
Yeah, that the child's being separated from the mother, and cows live in like these one by one spaces where they can't move and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so does that not incentivize you to not support it, to not do any of this? Because they only do it
I
because
don't
you give
support
them
that
money.
industry.
So you don't eat any cheese or any...
I do.
So you support it.
Yeah, I support it financially. Yeah.
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 Yeah, well, how else would you support it if not financially?
I mean, like,
Do you think they
My-
care what you think about them? They only
No.
care that you give them money,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah,
at the end
that's
of the
true.
day, it's an industry, right?
yeah.
So what would get you to stop supporting any of this? Is there anything that would incentivize you to say, I don't want to
Probably
be an
that.
animal abuser anymore?
I like my cheese. I like my meat. I like
But
my
it's not
eggs.
your. None of it is yours. That's your meat.
Oh,
The
I
thing
like
that you call
the
meat
things that I eat.
is the flesh of a sentient individual. Is the flesh
Yeah,
of
that's
an
true.
animal that
That's true,
suffered
yeah.
for it. You know,
Yeah.
the milk.
And it's really bad. Don't get me wrong, but I'm
Yeah.
still gonna eat it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's really bad, but you're gonna continue doing
Yeah.
it.
But also, plants also are alive, huh?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
plants are not sentient. They don't have emotions. You know.
Nah, okay. My plants do.
But even if you think plants have emotions, right? The
Yeah.
animals that we feed in animal agriculture,
Yeah.
they eat more plants. So
Yeah.
if you all of a sudden say, I don't want plants to die, then you would want as few plants as possible to die, and that would still mean not eating the animals or not exploiting them, because
Yeah.
you would still, less plants would be killed because we wouldn't have to feed the animals
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. It's the way it goes.
Yeah, but we can't justify saying
Yeah.
like it's the way it goes, right? We can't just justify for the like. Let me just show you a little bit. Just
My
give
mom
me
called me.
1 minute, okay? And I'll let you go.
Quick.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've ever seen this
Yeah,
kind
I've
of
seen all this stuff. Yeah.
the stuff that
Yeah,
they
I've
go
seen it.
through.
I've seen it.
You've
on
seen
TikTok,
it,
Yeah.
and you still seriously think like this kind of stuff is okay?
No,
No.
I don't think it.
But then why pay for it, man? Why pay for this? Like, look at this. Do you really want to pay for this?
No, I don't.
Why not go vegan and stop it?
I don't like it. I don't like the things about I don't like.
But you might like being vegan even more, man, because you're at least aligning your morals with your actions, and on top of that, you're getting great food. It's tasty as fuck.
It's not good. It's not good. It's. I
What
don't
do you
like
mean?
the
Do
food.
you do not eat potatoes?
Yeah, I do, but like.
So why how do
I
you do
like
not
the-
eat pasta?
You know how I like my potatoes? With stoveface. It's a Dutch dish with meat in it, and then we put it on the fries. And
I
then we
bet
eat
you
it.
right
Yeah.
here, there's in Amsterdam places where you won't even know that they're vegan. You won't even
yeah,
taste
could
the
be,
difference.
yeah, could
And
be,
even
yeah.
if there is a small difference, do you really think that justifies taking the life of an animal? Come on. Or putting them in those situations, cutting their throat.
It's not good, man. I'm not saying it's good. I'm
No,
not,
but you're
Yeah, but-
you're
yeah,
saying
I
it's
know,
not good, but
yeah,
your actions
my
say
actions say
yeah.
my actions say otherwise. Yeah, it's true. It's true, and you're right. But I'm not gonna change, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
Sad
I
to
wish
hear.
you a nice day, man.
Yeah, I'd like to say the same to you. It saddens me when I see these young people who generally don't give a shit and are apathetic towards the things that they do is wrong. You know, it saddens me. But what can we do? Fit body works. Let vegans be vegans and omnivores be omnivores. Fit body works. How about I let animals be animals? Well, actually, I let omnivores be omnivores if you let animals be animals. If you let them alive. If you let them free, I'll leave you alone. If not, that's fine. If not, you need to leave animals alone. It's about respecting each other's choice by the end of the day. Well, fit body works. It's not, because you're not respecting the choice of your victim, the animals. How are you respecting their choices? How are you respecting their choices? Tell me. When you're restricting their choices to live, to body autonomy, to decide anything for their body, you're literally forcing them into slaughterhouses for something that is essentially optional to you. So tell me, how are you respecting their choices? If we need to respect choices, shouldn't you also respect the choices of the animals? Jamie Splinter. Do you think humans are animals or no? Humans, of course, are animals. What do you mean? We're part of the animalia. Of course, we're animals. We're mammals. We're mammals, you know that, right? Animals are not. Oh, okay, so it's given a choice by God. Yeah, always bring religion into it, because it's always like that. It's funny. It's funny, when you can't justify the horrors that you do, you bring God into it, and you say, God said it's okay. Yeah, in the Bible it says that slavery is okay. In fact, it encourages you to take slaves and take slaves from other areas, from other countries. There's such a thing in the Bible. So you can tell me that that means it's okay to enslave people because God said so, or the Bible said so. Anyway, hey Haz, nice to see you. It's been a long time since I've seen you, Haz. Yeah, let's see. Maybe we get some nicer people today. Davey says, yeah, Davey reads the Bible every day, and he can tell you more about the Bible. If humans are animals, why are you against them acting like animals? Jamie, that's a good question, I guess, in a sense, right? It feels like a gotcha question, but the reality is, if humans would be raping other humans, they would still be acting like animals. But I wouldn't want humans to be doing that, would I? I would try to stop them because it's immoral. That's why I'm against it. Because we developed morality. We understand what's right and wrong. And we wouldn't do something that we consider wrong. This kid that I just talked to said that it's wrong to do this to them, but he won't stop. You see? It's immoral, but he won't stop. That's it. What can you do about it? Some humans can be animals. All humans are animals. We're all mammals, again. It's so insane to me, we literally, you look around and you guys want to try a social experiment? Just ask you some questions? No? That's so insane to me, I look around and I see these basically primates walking around on 2 feet, behaving literally like animals. We group, we sit in groups, We go by emotions, we are highly irrational, and we have this little capability to use tools and to be rational from time to time, and then we say, look at how superior we are to everybody else because we built all this, look at this. Reality is most of us can't build 1% of this. Most of us are just using the tools when we can't build the tools ourselves. So it's kind of funny to me that we see ourselves as so different from animals, because we're not. We're literally just another species of animals on this planet who just happen to have the intellectual power, because of certain people on this planet, to dominate the whole planet. Does that mean we have the right to do whatever we want of the rest of the species? I don't think so. Especially given that those other species have done nothing wrong to us, right? Like, think about cows, chickens, or pigs. They haven't done anything to us. We literally exploit and slaughter them because, oh, we get pleasure from it. I mean, imagine that. Imagine the selfishness of our species, that we accept this. Imagine that. Imagine how ridiculous it sounds, huh? That we put our own pleasure above something that we consider it to be wrong. It's insane. It's just insane. Wanna try a social experiment? But that's also the thing, huh? See, I like chicken though. Is that okay? You like chicken? You like chicken? What is chicken? You like chickens, you mean? You like to eat their flesh, you mean? Does that make it okay? Does you, just because you like the taste of somebody's flesh, does that make it right that does that mean you get to kill them and eat them? I would say no. I would say that's highly immoral. We all deserve a chance of life, you know? Those chickens deserve a chance of life also. If they're given life, they deserve a chance to live it, you know, freely, or free of exploitation, free of our involvement, and with a certain degree of body autonomy, like I would say with 100% body autonomy. So just because you like that doesn't mean you have the right to exploit them. Doesn't mean you can do whatever you want to suit your pleasure, huh? Autonomy is important, says Fit Bodywares. Yeah, yet if you're not vegan, you can't say that, can you? Because body autonomy is literally one of the things that no animals have in the animal agriculture. So if you're not vegan, you can't literally say that autonomy is important. Only if you mean that your autonomy is important, and by that, yeah, of course. But you gotta think a little bit outside of yourself, right? I can't say that my body autonomy is important, but everybody else's I don't give a shit, so I can just take advantage of everybody who I can because I have power over them, right? I can't do everything I want to little children just because I have power over them. I can't do everything I want to animals just because I have power over them. It's the same, right? We gotta stop at some point. We gotta acknowledge that some of the things we're doing are wrong, and they are. What we do to animals is wrong. And yeah, maybe you've been taught by animal agriculture that, oh, well, we need it, or I like it, or whatever reason comes to your mind. But deep down, you know it's wrong. And part of the reason why you know it's wrong is because if you thought it's right, watching footage of what happens to those animals wouldn't feel so bad, wouldn't feel like shit, because it's so wrong. So stop supporting it. It's as easy as that. It's your choice to not eat meat. Well, no, it's not. It's your choice to not, maybe it is your choice to not eat or not eat meat. Okay, I'll give you that. But it's not your choice whether a sentient individual should die or not so that you can eat their meat. It's not. It shouldn't be. Well, it is, sadly, but it shouldn't be, right? It shouldn't be your choice whether somebody dies just so that you get a little bit of, oh, I got my cake today, I got my meat. I'm a man. You can't justify doing that way. You want to try a social experiment? Maybe I should shut up and wait for the people on the street. Abortion is the same concept here, in my opinion. Do you oppose abortion? I don't oppose abortion because fetuses are not sentient, or not sentient. They don't have a subjective experiences, so that's what I care about. I don't even care about emotions. I care about subjective experiences. I wouldn't kill anybody who has a subjective experience. Anybody who doesn't have a subjective experience, I don't really care about them. I wouldn't kill them myself, but I also wouldn't sit here to speak on their behalf unless there's a particular case. How can I prove they didn't have a subjective experience? That fetuses don't have a subjective experience? You just have to use Google. Nowadays we have so much readily available information. All you gotta do is Google it and do some documentation yourself, and you find it. You guys want to try a social experiment? Fit Bodyworks asked me, you don't care about emotions. I mean, that's the thing. I understand that sentience or subjective experiences are inherently tied to emotions. So I care about emotions on how they enhance or create the subjective experience. But I don't care strictly about emotions. I wouldn't say that somebody who doesn't have emotions but has a subjective experience should just is up for game, can do whatever you want to them. No. Bodily says, what the fuck is a soul? Yeah. A soul is basically the subjective experience that we talk about, right? That soul that you call a soul, that thing that we say, oh, this is me, my personality, this is who I am. That thing we call a soul is what I'm talking about when I say subjective experience. It's this idea of yourself, of the world around you, of experiencing it, of making decisions based on that, right? That's literally what animals do. So if you think that we have it, animals also have it. But yeah, I'm gonna focus and see if we can get some people here. Hello. You want to try a social experiment?
Yes,
How old are you?
I'm 13.
13? Are you okay being live on my YouTube
Yes,
channel?
of course.
Okay. I'm going to turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
Legal? No,
Why not?
because it's illegal. And no, and it's really sad for the animals because they get hurt, and for sows for nothing because they don't have anything to do with this.
Okay. So, how would you define abusing animals?
Testing products on them.
Testing products on them. Okay, that's a good definition. That's a good example of it.
And I heard too that they rape chickens, no turkeys.
So I would say physical or emotional abuse, right?
Yeah. How do you mean emotional?
Like you can yell at an animal,
Oh,
right?
like that,
You can treat them like psychological, right? Okay, so that's wrong. It's wrong to abuse cats or dogs. What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Yeah, that's really wrong.
That's really wrong. Yeah.
But in what form do they abuse them? Oh, yelling at them. Oh.
Well, either
You're
way, like think about it. And do you think that when we buy animal products, there is some form of abuse happening behind it?
Not if you buy below. Yeah.
Why?
Biological.
Biological animals don't get
Yeah.
killed?
No, roadkill. Roadkill.
Roadkill means that they get run by their car.
Yeah. Or they what if they're already dead by getting older?
I mean, if we can get into that, but I want to ask you: do you think it's okay to kill animals for food?
No. For
No.
fun?
For food.
Nee, for food. Oh yeah, that's a food chamber. Chamber of life.
But given that we don't need to, right? We can choose other foods that don't
Yeah.
kill animals.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think that make it right?
Yeah, that's really true, but it's really hard to stop people from eating the meat.
Are humans animals?
Yes?
So is it okay to kill humans for food?
No.
Is it okay to kill dogs for food?
Yeah, only in China.
Or would you kill a dog for food?
Yes.
Yes.
Primal.
Come on, be honest with me.
If hij zei een
Would I kill it myself? No.
helemaal niet.
No.
Would you kill a cat for food?
That's different.
How?
Ik ga een
Because
kat.
I have a cat my own, so no.
So because you see them having a personality, right?
Yes.
Do you think cows, chickens, pigs don't have a personality?
Yes, they do. But it's just, that's how it always goes.
It's always been this way indeed. But do you think that makes it right just because it's always been like that?
No, I think it's But how can we stop it?
By us ourselves choosing not to participate in it, that's the first thing, right?
Yeah, but people do make it. People do buy it.
But it starts with us, right? With the people. When we choose to buy an animal product, that product from the shelf will be replaced by killing another animal to be replaced.
Yes. But are you vegetarian?
I'm vegan, yeah.
Vegan. So that no eggs too.
No.
But how can you not eat eggs?
Well, the reason why we don't eat eggs is because the chickens that lay eggs are different than the chickens that are grown for meat. And the chickens that lay eggs, the only females can lay eggs.
Yes.
What do you think happens to the males? Because out of an egg, there's a 50-50 chance. Yeah, they get killed. They literally, on their first day of life, they get blended up alive on their first day of life. So that's why I don't want to participate in any form of animal abuse. Do you think you can be against animal abuse while paying for it?
Yes, of course. I can be again. Yeah. But what if you buy biologische eggs?
It's the same.
Biologische.
So what I told you that the male getting killed
Yes.
is the first step. Those chickens go either to biological farms, small farms, or large farms. Doesn't matter.
But what if you buy from a local farm?
Same thing.
No, not really. But what they can breed it? No.
All the chickens,
Meat chicken.
all the chickens come from a thing called a hatchery. It's where the chicken hatches from the egg, and if the chicken that hatches from the egg is born male, they get killed. But not only that, when the chickens can no longer lay enough eggs, and by that I mean daily, they also get killed.
But then they get turned into meat.
But do you think that justifies? Is that fair towards them? Is that fair to kill them at less than a quarter of their lifespan just because we like their
No.
taste of their flesh or what they give to us?
No, but otherwise there will be overpopulation.
Well, we would just don't need to bring them to existence in the first place. We don't need to give them life. We give them life only to exploit them and kill them. Imagine that.
How could we? But they get born.
They do because we make them get born. They don't get born on their own.
Yes, they do.
No. We force them. All of the animals in animal agriculture get forced into existence. Like cows literally, for cows to be born, a farmer has to put their hand in their anus and inject bull semen into their vagina to have
But
babies.
how do they have on a naturally way? How do they get born then?
Well, maybe at some point there was something natural happening, but we have selectively bred these animals and they're no longer natural. These animals are animals that we created. So we ourselves handle everything about them.
But wild cows, do they exist? Yes, they do.
I mean, maybe there's some species that kind of resemble cows, yeah.
Yes.
But doesn't matter, right? Like, do you think any animal? Do you think we can do whatever we want to animal if we get benefit from it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So then, how can we justify killing them for something that we don't need, like food, like meat or dairy or eggs?
Because we need protein.
But we can get protein from plants. We don't need to kill animals
Which
for
plants?
it. I mean, soy is full of products. Soy is full,
Yeah, but
full
it's
of.
not real. It's not. It's really expensive too.
No, it's not. It's actually in the Netherlands. It's cheaper to eat plant-based than yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. How do you feel? Do you feel like you want to be part of this animal agriculture thing, or
Yeah, maybe.
maybe as in maybe you want to continue supporting the exploitation of animals, or
No, I don't think. I think I will think about it when I eat it.
how many more animals do you want to die for you before you change?
For me, 0.
You gotta stop then. You gotta be vegan.
I think I'm gonna think about it. Thank you.
Can I give you some resources to look into it? So if you go on this website here or type this code or scan this, you'll see there a thing called the most important speech you'll ever hear. Give that a watch with your family, okay?
Okay, thank you.
That's nice. What's your name?
Max.
Max. I'm Chip. Nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you, Max. I hope you were being honest with me.
Yes, of course.
Of course?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just here sitting for speaking on their behalf, okay? If you wouldn't do this to a cat, don't do it to a cow. It's the same thing, you know?
Is this TikTok live
It's a YouTube live.
or YouTube live?
Yeah. You have
Thank
my
you.
social media there,
Thank
okay?
you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good one. Bye. I don't know how genuine he was being. I honestly don't know how genuine he's being. Is Chip tired? Asked Linda. I mean, it's just my usual daily grind of tiredness, I guess.
Yes, I'd love to.
You wanna try?
Please, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Oh my god, I'm on TikTok.
Oh, it's on YouTube live. Are you okay? I was gonna ask her. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What's your name?
Shanice.
I'm Chip. Where are you from?
So was your name Chip?
Chip, yeah.
Chip, yeah.
Where are you from?
London.
Okay, love it.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What's your take on oppression?
Oppression.
Yeah. Are you for it? Are you against it?
I'm gonna sound so dumb. Sorry. What is oppression?
That's
Can you
okay.
explain
No,
that
no,
to me,
that's perfect. I
please?
appreciate that you say that you don't
Okay.
know. Most people just go on about
Yeah.
without. So oppression means like a cruel or unjust treatment, or an exercise of authority, in the sense that if you have power over somebody, you abuse your power.
Right. I'm really not good at these questions. I'm so sorry. Do you want to answer? You're quite smart. Yeah, come on. Kieran, you try. Becky. Go on, you. I'm not very good at
No,
this
sit
stuff.
sit
but I'd
here.
love for you to. Okay,
come on,
okay,
sit
okay.
here. It's fine. It's fine.
Hello,
So
my
how do
friend.
you feel? What's your take on oppression?
Oppression.
Yeah.
What's oppression?
Oppression means like a cruel or unjust treatment or an exercise of authority. In a sense, it means that if you have power, to abuse your power.
Oh, well, personally, I don't think people should be doing that.
Yeah, nobody should be. Do you think that somebody with power should have the right to oppress somebody without power?
Oh. No, I mean, well, not really in a sense, no. I mean, obviously, you know, yes, your boss could, in a sense, but like...
But oppression means that it's unjust, right? Like in a job, it's kind of just because you get paid for it, right? Unjust
Yeah.
would mean like slavery or stuff like that. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, obviously, no, I'm completely against all that slavery,
Yeah.
right, you know what I mean?
What if the oppressor gets some benefit from it? The person in power. Does it make it right?
Well, no, of course it does. Nah, of course
Okay.
not.
And what if the individuals being oppressed, the one without power, they don't know that they're oppressed? Does that make it right?
No, I don't know. I think you might have lost me there, mate. I'm sorry. I'm stoned as fuck, to be honest
Okay.
with you, mate. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me just ask you
Yeah.
this: do you think that we, as humans, are abusing our power over animals when we force them into slaughterhouses?
Oh, well, I mean, personally, I'm a meat eater myself. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I mean, like,
Well, we don't
Yeah.
have to be a meat eater, right?
Yeah.
Like choosing to be a meat eater is a choice that you actively make.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't
no, of
need it
course.
for your health or anything. You can survive and
No.
thrive without it, right?
nah, you need the meat.
You don't like.
100%.
I'm studying to be a certified nutritionist, and I
Yeah.
can tell you 100% you don't need it. But let's say, if you were to find out that you don't need it, do you think that what we do to animals is cruel and unjust?
I don't know. I mean, like, obviously, I've never really thought about it, to be quite honest with you.
That's what I want
Yeah.
here. I'm trying to get people to think about it from their perspective, because
Ah.
we consume, but we don't think about the victims on the other side, huh?
Nah, of course, but like, still at the end of the day, I mean, like some of them have been bred to be eaten, really, haven't they? Do you know what I mean?
So if somebody bred you to be a slave, would that be okay?
I mean, if it's all I've known, then fuck it, why not? Do you know what I mean?
Come on, you know it wouldn't be fair towards you.
Well, no, it probably wouldn't be, but like, you know, just
Yeah.
go ahead of it anyway. Why not?
Yeah. So, but that's
You know
the
what I mean?
thing, right? We gotta
I've
try
been
to be.
bred to be a slave, and that's all I was going to be. Do you know what I mean? That's fuck it.
So if somebody breeds you to be a slave, you think it's okay? It's okay to breed people to be slaves. Are you saying that?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be okay to breed people to be slaves? Because it's immoral towards them, right? They're people who don't want to be slaves. We wouldn't be respecting their will. Do you think we're respecting the animals' will when we force them into slaughterhouses?
No, I don't know, mate. What? I'm sorry, I'm getting told off by my
It's
girlfriend.
okay.
here.
Just think about it a little bit
Yeah.
from that perspective, you know. Because if you were in their shoes, you wouldn't want. Would you want now to go to a slaughterhouse because somebody said, "I bred you to be food for me"?
Animals don't wear shoes, though.
Say that again.
Animals don't wear shoes.
No, but you know what I mean. In their situation.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you want to
Right.
be in their
No,
situation?
do you know, I'll think about it, though, mate. But what's it? My girlfriend's over there.
Can I give you a card to look into it?
I'm going to get in trouble, yeah. Don't worry, I'll look into it, mate. What's your name?
Promise me, I'm Chip.
Chip.
Yeah.
I'm Kieran. Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you. Promise me you'll look into it, okay?
Yeah,
Don't
sweet.
just leave it like that. Okay. You too. Some. How this? Just want to get away and ignore. That kind of how it felt like. But he was also stoned out of his mind. It did look like. Yeah. So many. I mean, I don't know if I like this place too much, to be honest. It was an interesting choice. I was here before. There were good results, but yeah. Oh God. Vegan Animal Defender, you're welcome to be here and watch the stream. You're welcome to have conversations with people. You are. But, you know, we're here to fight for the animals, and I appreciate, like, how would you have done it differently? Let me ask you this. How would you have done it differently? The previous conversation that you just heard. How would you have tackled it differently? I started with oppression. You saw they didn't understand shit from that. Chip just came from the USA. Vegans hate small animals. So funny. Don't project your hate onto somebody else. He's asking to someone in chat. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, he's talking to me. Okay, yeah. Listen, I just want to be clear that I am here to defend animals. I am here so that other non-vegans also get to watch streams like this, so that they kind of see the responses, the things. You know, we don't need to exploit any animals. That's the reality, and I don't want to be in another discussion of who's more vegan, who isn't. Okay, this isn't that. This isn't that. We all stand for the same thing, and whether you choose to see it or not, that's up to you. But we all stand for the same thing. We might do activism slightly differently, but we all stand for the same thing. Okay, that's just what I want to say. Is that England? Asks Nerdy Digger. No, it is not. It is Amsterdam. We are in Dam Square in Amsterdam. And welcome to the stream. And hello everybody, welcome to the stream. If you find that you're enjoying the stream, please like it. Subscribe. I haven't said that in a while, have I? Please subscribe if you're enjoying this. I'm gonna try to do this more often. It does depend on the weather now, and it is pretty cold outside. It's like 5 degrees right now. But yeah, whenever there's good weather, and there has been good weather yesterday and today, I will try to do it. I will also try to do it tomorrow. But yeah, that's what we're trying. We're trying to get animals to be free. Sorry, we're trying to get people to stop oppressing animals. Sorry, I'm a bit tired, everybody. It's true, I am. Yeah, yesterday, you know, when I got home after that whole thing, I ate a little bit and I just crashed like instantly. And that's, you guys want to try a social experiment? And that's what happens, you know, when you go out, do outreach. It kind of takes it out of you because you have to be nice, and you have to, you know, you have to try to meet people where they are, I guess, in a sense, and try to explain them and try to get them to understand, because it's not about me saying a definition here, right? It's not about me saying this is what it is. It's about trying to get them to change their mind a little bit. It hasn't been successful at all today, clearly. Bacon Soldier 76 says, if people want to eat meat, that's their choice. So am I to understand that if people want to eat your meat, it's their choice to kill you and eat you? Is that what you're saying? Because, you know, humans are animals, so if somebody wants to eat another human, it's their choice, right? And that's what you're saying, right? You want to try it? Humans are above animals, food chain, bro. So we have more power over animals. So if I am higher in the food chain than you, because I have power over you, right? Let's say I have physical or intellectual power. It doesn't even matter. I have power over you. So therefore I am on top of you in the food chain. YouTube. You want to try it? Would that mean that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to you just because I have power over you? No, mate, that's such a stupid argument. Well, you're the one who brought it up, huh? You're the one who said if somebody wants to eat somebody else's meat, they should be allowed to. You said it. Kill one cow or kill I don't even know how many animals from pesticides. Would you be surprised to find out that the cows are actually fed more crops, therefore more pesticides? Or is it something that you have never thought about? Because indeed, most people don't actually think about that, the fact that these animals are actually fed a lot of crops. You know, in the Netherlands, where cows actually graze, they're fed 40% soy and corn. And if you calculate the amount of soy and corn that they're given, it's still way more calorie and protein wise than we would otherwise take from that soy and corn. So you ain't got no argument. Plus, none of that really matters, does it? Because there's a difference. You're making an implication, you're making an assumption that if you're eating plants, all of a sudden, you said what, millions of animals die? As if that's the case, you know? Why, for any space, for absolutely any space that is used for agriculture, whether that's animal agriculture or plant agriculture, certain bugs, certain animals will be killed because they need to make room for agriculture, whether that is plant agriculture or animal agriculture, right? What we're saying, and obviously animal agriculture uses more space than plant agriculture, regardless of how you spin it. There is just no way around that. So that means regardless, there will be, if you care about those incidental victims, there will be more of those when you buy animal products. But it doesn't matter. You know what? Because just because we're supposed to do what's right. It doesn't really matter if what is right is causing more or less harm, right? It doesn't matter. Imagine if saying that if all of a sudden we make a calculation and we realize that, hey, if we were to enslave half of humanity, then there would be way less harm in the world. Just imagine that. Would that make it right? No. You guys want to try a social experiment? You want to try a social experiment?
No English?
Oh, no, sorry, only English. Okay. If it was practicable, if it was only practicable option, what? If it was the only practicable option to what? What is this question, Hitagi, that you ask me? If it was only practicable option, what does that mean? What are you asking me? What is that one thing that is the only practicable option? You were timed out for no reason, just letting me know. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Do you believe in God? Asks me Rocky. No, I do not. I used to, but I don't. There is no proof of God, therefore I don't believe in God. And no, Bible is not the proof of God. See, we'll give it another 5 minutes again, see if somebody stops. If not, we'll move on the other side. It doesn't really matter if I believe in God or not, right? It's not like if you, I don't know, if you all of a sudden don't respect women's rights and I come and tell you you should respect women's rights, you will only listen to me if I believe in your God, right? That's not a thing. That's not something. It doesn't matter. We're here talking about a social cause, animals being exploited for us, right? It doesn't matter whether you think God said whatever they said. You know it is morally preferable to not exploit animals. You know it is morally, any God that you believe in will say, if you had the option between exploiting and killing an innocent animal or not doing that, they would always say, well, you should choose to not do that, right? Even if they... Hi, you want to try it? What's your name? Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel, by the way?
My name's Anya.
Anya, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Okay, I'll just turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says, animal abuse should be legal.
No.
Why not?
Because animals are so cute. They're like little babies.
What if they're not cute?
Still no.
Still no?
No.
So if somebody doesn't find animals cute, should they be allowed to abuse them?
No, they shouldn't. No.
What if they get some benefit from it?
No.
No?
No, definitely not.
Okay. So how would you define abuse, by the way?
Anything. Not looking after them, not feeding them, not walking them, not having the space for them if they're in your house.
Would hitting them be abusive?
Yes.
What if they die?
That's murder.
That's
on
murder.
animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what if you eat them afterwards?
Yeah, no.
No?
No, that's ugh.
Still wrong.
Give me the heebie-jeebies.
Okay. So it's wrong to abuse cats and dogs?
Yeah.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
I don't eat meat.
You don't eat meat? Do you eat any dairy product, any animal products whatsoever?
I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay. So do you eat any eggs?
No, I don't like eggs.
Oh. So you basically eat no animal products?
Not really, no.
Okay, that's
yeah,
good. That's
yeah.
good.
Pretty good.
Do you know what being vegan is?
Yes.
Can you walk me through it?
Just not eating anything like dairy products, just anything that comes from the animals.
Yeah, so being vegan means we oppose the idea that that we can use or exploit animals for whatever we need.
Yeah.
Because we acknowledge that they're individuals, that they have sentience, and that don't need to be used.
Yeah.
Is that something you align with?
Yes.
Yes. By that I mean, like, let's say, would you buy a leather jacket?
No.
Right?
I don't wear leather.
Yeah. There you go. So it sounds to me like you're plant-based. And why are you not vegan? Why are you not? Do you identify as vegan? If somebody asks you, do you say you're vegan?
I just say I don't eat meat or anything. I wouldn't go out of my way to say I'm vegan, but I guess I am.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
haven't really thought of it that way.
Yeah, because being
Yeah.
vegan, again, it's like this moral principle where
Yeah.
we don't want animals to be harmed for us. And it sounds to me like you align with that.
Yeah,
And your
yeah.
actions also align with that.
Yeah.
So you should just say that you're vegan.
Okay, yeah, I'm vegan then. I don't like eggs. I don't like milk that much. I don't
Yeah.
eat meat, so.
So you're incidentally vegan, I guess, in a sense,
Yeah.
because being vegan literally means we don't do any of those, not because we don't like them or we don't want them, but
Yeah.
because
We don't want the animals.
we don't want the animals to suffer,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I guess
Yeah, so if I were to ask you, like, if there were a dog here and somebody would be kicking that dog, would you go and help him kick that dog? Would you
No.
ignore that, or would you say something?
I'd say something.
You'd say something, right?
100%.
Yeah. So in the sense, when I pose this hypothetical, I'm trying to bring it back to what's happening to the animals in animal agriculture.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's important that when we ourselves don't participate in it and we agree that it is wrong, that we also speak up about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Speaking up about it, yeah.
Yeah. Are any of your friends vegan?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think it's important that we speak up and
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a big animal person, and I live on a farm, so.
Have you ever thought about like doing activism for animals yourself?
No.
No? Is that something that sounds nice? Because that's what when I pose this hypothetical, us not doing anything means just passing by and letting animals get hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing activism means us involving ourselves and saying
Yeah.
stop doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay. Can I give you a map of Amsterdam with some plant-based places? I
Yeah.
feel like you're. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so these are 100% vegan restaurants, as you can
Yes.
see. They're not all of them. There's some of them. There's some good ones.
I've tried that one. It's nice.
You tried which
The
one?
flower burger.
Oh, the flower bar. I haven't tried that one.
That
Okay.
one's a good one.
I recommend you the vegan sushi bar. It's really nice. I
Yeah.
always recommend that to people. I think there's also one in West somewhere.
That
But
one?
yeah.
Plant-based sushi.
Yeah, well, whenever. There's a lot of them you can try.
Okay.
Try with your friends. But yeah, one thing maybe you can share with your friends.
Yeah.
If you go to this website, veganfuture.org,
Yeah.
there's a video there called "The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear."
Yeah.
It's just another form of activism
them.
where you show show
Yeah.
them this, and it's a really good speech. I enjoyed it, and watch it yourself. You
Yeah,
will
I will.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll go watch it when I get home.
Oh, I appreciate it. What's your name again?
Anya.
Anya.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you,
Nice
Anya.
to
I'm
meet
Chip.
you. Nice to
And
meet you, Chip.
yeah, let's speak up for the animals
Yeah,
a
I
little bit,
agree.
right?
Let's
we
do that.
we don't want any exploitation. We want
Yeah.
them to.
Thank
Okay?
you. Bye,
Thank you.
guys. Come on.
Bye bye. Have a good one. See ya. I found a young vegan. Yeah, finally, we found a vegan person. Well, she was plant-based, I guess, not vegan. Theoretically, but still, you saw. We tried to get her to be vegan and maybe speak up for animals. And either way, like she has a map of the places. Maybe she'll make some changes. I don't know. I hope so. I see that she's with her friends now laughing. I don't know. I hope it wasn't one of those gotcha things. I hope not. I hope people aren't that awful. But no, she seemed genuine. So, to me at least. But what do I know? I don't know how to read people, no? Pamela Stone says carnivore here. Oh, Pamela, I'm so sorry for you. Well, actually, I'm sorry for the animals that have to be exploited and killed for you. That you supported. Yeah, I guess, I guess you're okay with animal abuse, I guess you're okay with animal exploitation and abuse for basically something that is essentially optional to us. Sorry to hear that, Pamela. Sad. And also sad for your health, by the way, because I'm studying to be a certified nutritionist, and I can tell you that meat is definitely one of the not a healthy thing to eat. But hey, if you're a carnivore, it's probably that you did this elimination diet and you feel better about it, and you're like, well, it works for me. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Mobius said she seemed genuine. I guess she was. I mean, she seemed to like the plan. You know, this map of Amsterdam with the vegan place is really helpful for some tourists here, which is really nice. And you know, at the end of the day, even if these people they make the changes while they're in Amsterdam, you know, you never know how it trickles down, and they make changes going forward, right? That's the thing. It's we gotta like all we can do with these people is try to educate them, and we gotta hope that they will do the right thing, right? That's the whole thing about it. Nothing we can do other than that. On Sunday, I just saw a seagull. On Sunday, we did activism with We the Free on Sunday, last Sunday, and literally there were two seagulls that were fighting with each other, and it was so funny to watch because I don't know, it's so funny when you see animals fighting with each other, you instantly know that they're fighting with each other. So if animals choose to fight with each other, then how are we any different? Like, doesn't that tell you a little bit that they have some form of autonomy, some form of decision making that says, hey, I don't like that, why did you do that? Or I don't like you, or why did you know, like they have preferences obviously when animals fight with each other. So, and I do mean like two seagulls were fighting with each other. They were like yelling at each other and stuff, which was really funny to watch. Roya says, I've missed half of this because I have to work. That's okay, Roya. I appreciate you being here. If not, you know, I appreciate you just passing by, welcoming here, and welcome everybody just passing by and being here. We're doing a social experiment. We're trying to change people's minds and trying to get them to, you know, live up to their own moral potential. That's what we're trying to do. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. You know, maybe you might like something that you hear. And even if you're not vegan and you want to subscribe, please subscribe. You never know when you might learn something that you enjoy. You know, we're all about being open-minded at the end of the day, right? So, you know, non-vegans following me or subscribing to my channel is, at the end of the day, a sign of being open-minded to the idea, right? Nobody's forcing you to do anything. We're just trying to get you to see this other perspective that you were probably never thought, because that's the reality. We were never thought about this other perspective, you know? We were always just taught to see this perspective where animals are resources, we can do whatever we want to them, or it's normal, it's natural, whatever word we use, normal, natural, whatever, because we always use one word to make ourselves feel better. The killing is humane, the thing is whatever. But in reality, we all know that if we were in their position, we would beg for our life, say, please stop, and we would swear to God to never ever do it ourselves to anybody else. And yet, we do. If I wanted to eat vegan, how would the daily diet look? Asks Rocky Theater. I mean, there's Challenge 22. They can help you out with that. They can send you recipes every day. It's free. It costs you nothing to subscribe to it if you ever want to do it. They hook you up with a nutritionist. They help you with everything you need. So, hey, if you ever want to try that, why not? A vegan animal defender says, earlier I was referring to someone in the chat, not you, Chip. Not paying attention to your outreach. Thank you. I wasn't talking about you or your outreach. Sure. I don't know whether to take that as a nice thing or as a bad thing, but thank you for being here anyway. I appreciate you for being here. You guys want to try a social experiment?
Yeah. That's live.
Hitachi. Eat grass like herbivores in nature. Raw grass though. Hitachi, you know, if you believe that that's what vegan people eat, I feel sorry for you, man. Our food is tasty as shit, man. because you know that's the reality. The reality is that vegan food tastes absolutely amazing. So, you know, if you think that if you genuinely think that that's what we eat, just grass. First of all, we can't digest grass, but hey, you're free to think whatever dumb thing you think. It's kind of sad. It just sounds to me like. Oh yeah, let me tell you, eat some grass. It sounds like, oh yeah, I sure told him, one of those things, huh? It's kind of funny. Why we have cows' teeth, though? Well, cows have their teeth to feed their babies, man, their tits. You're sucking on the cow's tits when you're drinking their milk. Or when you're eating their cheese, you're basically eating coagulated milk, because that's what it is. But yeah, cow's milk is for baby cows. If you're not a baby cow, don't drink their milk. Raw milk with raw honey. Well, first of all, FYI, outside of me being a vegan, I'm a certified, well, I'm not yet, but I will be a certified nutritionist. And I'm a critical thinker. And I'll tell you right here, right now, to everybody, regardless whether you're vegan or not, please don't be stupid and please don't drink raw milk. Raw milk, there's no benefit from raw milk. There is only the possibility of harm. It's literally nothing will help. So please, at least don't do that. Please don't be stupid and do that. And honey, you know, but of course, if we come back to why I'm here and speaking as a vegan, I'll tell you that don't drink any milk at all, because milk is for baby cows. I think I have one more discussion in me, everybody. Animal secretion, says Mobius. Yeah. Hello, I love this kind of actual real life activism. It's so good. Thank you. What's your name? Samarth Gohal. I hope I'm not butchering your name. You guys want to try a social experiment? You said the real activism. I was about to say social activism. My brain is all over the place today. Private Harumi. Yes, this guy isn't an extremist, which I love too. How do you know, man? You guys want to try a social experiment?
Experiment?
Yeah.
What kind of experiment?
I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit.
Oh.
You want to try?
No, thank you.
Why not? Chip is the man. Thank you, Endo. If grass is not for us, then why not? Why God made them so tasty? Oh, that's such a dumb. Sorry, I don't mean to be like insulting, but that's not a very smart question. You gotta ask yourself that, right? That's just again one of those. Oh yeah. Well, if meat tastes so good, why did God make it taste so good? First of all, meat doesn't taste good. No matter how much you spin it, you have to put spices or minerals like salt on it. Don't tell me that you'll put like, I don't know, some chicken meat or some chicken breast and eat it without anything on it. I mean, nobody does that. Everybody, or if they do, they won't say that this tastes so good. Oh my God. Let's face it, meat doesn't taste that good. The reality, oh yeah, we talked yesterday, huh? Did you guys make changes?
No, last night I had a vegan meat.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
More changes. The guys I talked to yesterday were here. But so you eat veggies with no seasoning? No, I eat seasoning, but seasoning is just veggies, man. That's the reality. That's what we do, you know. But it's not about the food. We keep missing this point, you know. Like obviously, the food is a consequence of it, but we gotta stop a little bit. We gotta stop and stop thinking of ourselves, our food, and what we enjoy, and start seeing the reality that these are sentient individuals. They're no different from you and me. They're just people who want to live. They're people who want to live and survive. They're not people in the sense that they're humans, but they are people in the sense that they're persons, they're individuals, they have a personality. They're just, you know, if I were to ask you if he's your pet, your dog, or your cat, do you consider them part of your family? Most people would say yes. They would. Most people see them as people, as persons. They have preferences. They have choices. They, you know, do you want to go out? Do you want to do this? Well, we see them as, yeah, sure, we guide them, right? Because they need our guidance, but in our society, of course, they need our guidance as our society. But we see them as individuals who want to do something, you know, so who have a personality, you know. I'm sure you have seen that there's dogs of the same race who behave differently because of different personalities. It's the same with all animals. It's kind of weird to see it differently, you know. Ali asked me, were those the British guys? They were the last guys I talked to yesterday, yeah. Come on, let's get somebody. I don't want to move for the last conversation. Guys, want to try a social experiment?
TikTok live.
YouTube live.
YouTube. What is your...
It's Vegan Power Lab.
Yeah?
Let me show you. It's here.
What's your account? Vegan power.
You want to do the social experiment?
Maybe.
Huh. My feet are almost frozen. It's cold. Outreach question idea, do you stand for injustice? Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that, being an animal defender. I like that. That's a good one. I usually ask, do you strive to be a fair person? But do you stand for injustice is a better one. Yeah. Looks very cold. Martin, it is cold, yes. It's like 5 degrees. I think it's getting colder now. But yeah. You guys want to try a social experiment? Want to try a social experiment? I think that's the guy I already talked. I don't know. But you see, this is my problem, you know. I'm sitting here and there's hundreds of people passing in front of me. Hundreds, like literally, left and right, hundreds of people. And what, one out of these people stop? We gotta get more of these people somehow. That's why I'm saying we need more people to go out there and do activism, whatever type of activism that you do. Hey, you wanna try it?
Why not?
What's your name?
Suhel.
You okay being live on my YouTube channel?
It's okay. What's up, guys?
Noel, you said?
Suhel.
Suhel.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Suhel.
Nice to meet you too.
So, Suhel, how do you think, do you stand for injustice? What's your stance on injustice?
Injustice.
Yeah.
It's a big word.
Yeah, in a sense, let's say, if you think that somebody is treated unfairly because of you, would you want to stop or would you want to continue?
Of course I'm going to stop.
Okay. What if you get some form of benefit from it?
Justice.
Justice, yeah.
That's it.
It doesn't matter, right? You still have
doesn't
to.
matter.
Yeah, just okay. I appreciate that.
You just need to make the same thing with every people you met, you know?
Yeah, you have to be fair towards everybody.
Of course.
Okay. So what if the person on the receiving end doesn't realize that you're being unjust towards them?
Can you repeat?
Yeah. So what if the victim of your injustice,
Yeah.
they don't realize that it's an injustice towards them?
Because we are used to.
Maybe
Some
because
people are used to.
maybe they're used to it. Maybe
accept it,
maybe
but
they're
they
intellectually challenged. They don't know that that an injustice is
And
happening.
the question is, how can you challenge the injustice?
Well, my question to you is, if you're doing an injustice towards somebody and they don't know that you're doing an injustice towards
Oh.
them, is that right or is that still wrong?
Still wrong.
Still wrong. Okay. So, my final question is: do you think we're doing an injustice when we're forcing animals into slaughterhouses for products that are basically optional to us?
Depend. Like you mean animals, like living animals?
Yeah. Like cows, chickens, pigs. You know, we're all of those animals. Would you say it's an injustice that we force them into slaughterhouses, that we exploit them when we can easily just choose not to?
Yeah. I think it's a kind of injustice.
Yeah. So if you say, I don't want to be unfair or unjust towards somebody, do you think shouldn't that apply also to what we do to animals?
I understand what you are saying, and how I say, it's a big word.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of injustice with animal, with human being,
Yeah.
with every kind of people, and I think it's a kind of injustice.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you consume any animal products?
Like for eating, or
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that you can maintain your status of saying I'm against injustices, while at the same time you're being unjust towards animals?
I think it's like I don't know the word in English, but in French we say la chaîne alimentaire. Like it's a kind of circle.
Like the circle of life, you mean?
Yeah, like the circle of life, right? So the animal used to for you. You need to live with.
But you don't need to do this to animals, right?
You can.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
we make a choice. I think, and all of these animals, we specifically breed them into existence to do this to them, right? Isn't that already an injustice? Like imagine somebody bringing to life a human just to enslave them because they get benefit from
Yeah,
it.
for
Would
sure.
that be wrong?
Yeah.
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 So isn't that very similar to what we do to animals?
No.
No? Bringing them to life to force them to exploit them and to literally enslave them, because we're kind of enslaving them.
It's a kind of slave.
Yeah.
For sure, it's a kind of slave. But how do you replace it?
Well, you can choose to eat plant-based, right, for food. And for clothing, you don't have to wear leather. You can wear other materials. And for entertainment, you don't have to watch animals beating each other or racing. You can watch anything else, right?
It's a kind of
Yeah. So, would you say, like, if I were to ask you, would you ever pay for an injustice towards animals for your entertainment, like dog racing or horse racing or stuff like that?
Horse, like racing horse. It's a yes. I think it's a form of injustice.
Yeah.
Also.
Would you support it?
I've never watching horse racing.
No.
I love animals.
Yeah.
I think animals are used to live like us, but they have the mission. They need to feed us.
Is that the mission that they chose, or is that a mission we chose for
In
them?
the circle of like I said, the chaîne alimentaire.
But we chose that circle, right? We
Of
chose
course,
to put
of
them
course,
there.
yeah,
So if somebody chooses to put you in a situation where they think it's right for your place to be there, they think it's fair towards you.
This is the definition of injustice.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
it is an injustice what
yeah,
we do
for
to
sure,
animals,
for sure.
right? Yeah. So
I can't say no.
yeah. So
Of course, it's,
So what would get you to not participate in this injustice? To not pay for any of it, not be unjust.
reduce our consumption.
Yeah.
Reduce. Try to replace it.
Yeah. And that's the first step, because reducing is obviously a good step in that direction.
Yeah.
But do you think we should be stopping or should we be reducing? Because when we reduce,
No, if you stop, it's too it's too high for people.
it feels too difficult,
Yeah,
right?
it's too difficult because we
Yeah.
are used to. I'm eating animals
Yeah.
since I'm kid. So
But do you think that our goal should be to stop that?
Yep.
Our goal
Sure.
should be to stop, right?
Sure.
because we don't want to be unjust towards animals,
Sure.
right? Do you think
And we
that?
don't have the, how do you say, one time, I don't know when, maybe in 20 years, 30 years, like meat, it's going to be very, very rare.
It should be, yeah. It's for different reasons probably, but it should be, yeah. Because it's not, it's highly unproductive to do this, right?
We
now.
cannot stop it.
No,
We can reduce it.
but we can choose. We can reduce it globally, but ourselves as individuals, we can choose to stop, right? We can choose to stop participating.
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
ourselves
Yeah.
individually, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you feel like you want to continue participating in this, or do you? Because I would love to be able to speak to everybody in this world, but I speak to each person at a time.
You don't eat
No, I don't eat any
Okay,
animals
so
or
you're a
animal products.
vegetarian,
I'm
right?
vegan, actually.
Vegan.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what got me vegan? Let me tell you
Yeah, I
this.
think the vegan is you don't eat something from an animal. That's egg.
Yeah.
You don't eat egg also.
No.
Okay.
No.
And
So
milk.
No. Also because you know.
Oh,
do you,
milk also.
Yeah. Do you know
Oh,
what
really?
happens to dairy cows, for example? The cows that produce milk.
The cause?
That produce milk.
No.
So cows produce milk because they're mammals, so they have to be pregnant, right?
Yep.
So farmers, they force them to be pregnant. Like somebody puts their hand in their anus to hold their cervix and injects bull semen in their vagina. That's the procedure. That's a standard
Really?
procedure. Yeah. It's because most farms can't afford to keep a bull alive, so they buy the semen. You know. So it's.
I didn't
it's
know
easy.
that.
Yeah. So once the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
Yeah, killing. I think.
Well, the first thing is they separate them from their mothers because they would drink their mother's milk otherwise, and they take them away so that they have enough milk to sell. And if they're male, yeah, they get killed because they don't produce any milk. And if they're female, year over year, forceful impregnation like their mothers, for like 6 to 8 times, so that means 6 to 8 years, when the farmers they can't keep them alive anymore because they either don't get pregnant or they don't produce enough milk, so it would be too costly for them to keep them alive, so then they kill
so
them.
then they kill them.
Yeah, and they can live up to 25 years, so that's less than a quarter of their lifespan, you know? Do you think, like, that's what
It's
got
sad.
that's what got me to
course
be
it's sad.
vegan, you know? That's literally what I said.
So how do you eat? You don't eat like vegetable or something?
I mean, there's, you know, anything that you can think of, there's a vegan version of it nowadays, right? You think burgers, there's plant-based burgers. You think, I don't know, steak, there's even vegan steaks.
But do
There's
you
plenty
think
of-
vegetable are not alive?
I mean, they are alive, but they're not sentient. You know what sentience is?
Yeah.
They basically
They don't
have
feel something?
Exactly, they don't feel it, right? So in a sense, I don't condone the idea of let's kill as many plants as we can, but you know, when we eat an animal, we also kill the plants that that animal ate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in a sense, we're killing even more plants in that sense. Number one, and number two, plants
So
are
this is a problem also.
yeah. Well, it is a
In the
problem in a
veganism.
sense. At
I
some point, you know, like I'm not saying veganism is perfect, right? But it is the better solution. That's what I'm saying, right?
Better
And that's-
solution.
Yeah, because we're not killing, we're not exploiting. Like what I told you about what happens to animals in the for milk is just
But
cruel
what about
and
if every people like we are
Yeah.
like 8 million, or
8 billion,
something,
yeah.
billion, something like that. If every single human eat vegetables, like you said, how animals will feel themselves if we cut everything?
well, what do you mean?
Because to feed 8 billion people, you need a lot of vegetable, right?
We actually need less.
You need water.
Yeah, but we need less, you know, because
Oh, okay.
because the reality is, again, when we think about animals, we forget that they are also fed.
Yes.
And so, for example, here in the Netherlands, cows are fed 40% a combination of soy and corn.
Okay.
And if you calculate the amount of soy and corn that one cow is fed, what that cow produces, including what they produce and what they get killed for, is nowhere compared to how much food they're given. Like we would get way more if
Okay.
we would eat the soy and the corn
Okay.
ourselves. You see what I mean?
Okay.
More protein, more calories, more everything. You see?
Okay.
So that's
So it's a better solution.
it's a better
In the paper,
solution
it's a
in
better
all
solution.
solutions. Yeah, but the most important thing is, I think even if it weren't, let's say, the best solution, I would still think it's wrong to do this to them. You know, it's like we created the society. It's not their fault. They don't have to pay for it, right? It's unfair for us to say, hey, this is the only way we know how to do it. We can kill you and eat you, but it's not fair towards them, is it? When we can choose otherwise, it's not fair, right?
I think you are right.
Yeah. So, how many more animals would you like to be exploited for you before you make a change?
Hopeless.
Less.
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Not zero.
I'm going to try. It's hard to say yes because it's not true.
I understand. I understand it. It seems hard because it's like a change, you know.
It's a big change.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it.
It's a
It
big
seems like a
change.
big change, but the reality is, you know, I personally eat the same things I used to eat before. It's just now they're vegan. You just go into a supermarket and you buy the vegan options. That's it. Like yogurt, there's soy yogurt. There's almond yogurt. There's cashew yogurt. There's so many options now. That where do you live, by
But
the way?
it's too expensive.
Where do you live?
Paris.
Paris. Paris is full of vegan options. It's full of it.
But
Like,
it's very expensive.
the reality is it can seem expensive because when we look, you know, we have this thing in our brain called confirmation bias, and when we look at products, we say, oh, I saw this one product, it was very expensive, and there are some products that are indeed more expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you think about like pasta, rice, beans,
Okay.
they're
Yeah,
not
for
expensive.
sure.
They are the cheapest things in the
sure.
supermarkets, right? So most of the time you'll eat way cheaper things, and from time to time, let's say you get some plant-based meat or whatever, you'll always
But I
like.
think the love of chicken and meat, it's, you know, in the head, in the mentality of people,
Yeah.
I think it's very high. You know, there's
I
people that
understand
don't
that.
like too much meat. My wife, for example,
Yeah.
she don't eat a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Not for the you know, animal protection, because she don't like that. Me, for example, I love.
I understand that, but like we gotta think a little bit.
But we gotta think. You agree with?
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's funny you talking about that because 1 hour ago we've eaten a burger, chicken burger.
Yeah.
It was like a veggie burger.
Yeah.
Veggie burger. It was like the same
Yeah, it
taste.
tastes almost identical,
But
right?
I know that the steaks, the veggie is very expensive, and for people like me, it's impossible for me to change everything.
But what if you found a way? Like if you found a way to make it work within your budget, do you think it's important for you to not to change?
I think it's not me to decide. I think the government, every government.
Obviously,
have to
for
change
prices,
it.
government has to change it, but
Not for
you-
the price. Even with the what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, the
But can the
treatment of
government
animal,
make changes?
How we make milk? How we make meat?
I'm just saying we shouldn't be enslaving them from the start,
For sure.
right? And that means never using them, right? Because using an animal against their will is literally enslavement. That's all
For
it is.
sure. Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. But the government have to change that, not me.
But can the government change it when we pay for it? Like when you go out there and give your money so that other farms can change can do it? Because the only reason why
if the
farmers do it is
if-
because
if-
people pay them.
If
to
the
do it.
government say we need to change our alimentation, our feeding, etc. Yes, why not?
Yeah, but the government will never. The governments don't do what's right, right? They do what is the majority, what the majority
Yeah.
wants. So in order to change that, we need people like you, people like me, to change,
Yeah.
to bring about change, so
sure.
that at some point governments can make this change, right?
sure.
So we have a bigger responsibility. I feel like you're so open-minded. You know, you
Yeah.
talk to me and I appreciate that. And as open-minded people, we have a bigger
I
responsibility.
know
you
how
know?
you feel,
Yeah.
because it's. I was saying before, I love animals.
Yeah.
I love them.
But can you love
For
animals
sure.
while paying for them to be killed for you?
Here is the pain point.
Yeah.
Here is the pain point. Here is the question. The justice is here.
Yeah, it is, and it is an injustice, isn't
For
it?
sure.
Yeah. So do you want to participate in that? I do. Just think about it. You don't have to answer.
I'm gonna think about it.
Okay.
It was very.
But while you think about it, please try
Interesting.
to make changes and go in that direction.
You
okay.
do something good. Thank you.
Can I give you a card to look into it?
Yeah, for sure.
Did you guys hear the conversation? Oh, you're here too. Okay. Here you go. Here's a card. There's one nice thing that you can watch if you scan this code or go on this website and type in this code.
Okay.
It's called the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Love the cats.
Yeah.
Mangez moins de viande. Mangez moins de viande. Ouais, c'est ça. Mangez moins de viande.
You might need to set it to English if it's in French. If it comes in
Don't
French.
eat meat.
Don't.
Don't.
Any
Try
animal.
to be,
Any animal
focus and try to, how do you say, avancer, frère. Ouais, move on. Try to move
Yeah,
on.
be fair.
Try to change.
Try to be
Thank
fair.
you, brother.
What's your
Have a
name
nice
again?
day. Suhail.
Sohail. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you,
Chip,
Sohail.
nice to meet you.
Let's be fair towards them,
Yeah, for
okay?
sure.
That's all it is. Justice.
It was very interesting. Thank you.
Hey, have a good one.
Sir, have a nice
Thank you. Have a good one. Hey, there you go. You were right. Vegan animal defender. Starting with justice was a good idea. We definitely got some with him, huh? I don't know if he was more open-minded or something, but I mean, he felt a little bit open-minded. It felt to me like I didn't want to push him more. He's too smart not to be vegan from now on, says Alexandra. Yeah. I think he was pretty open-minded to it. Yeah. Outreach questions: do you see yourself as a decent person? Do you decent people stand for injustice? Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, vegan animal defenders. I appreciate feedback, as I said. We always do. Thank you so much for that, and I'll try to do that. But right now, I'm starting to yet again need to go to the bathroom, and if while I'm standing here, nobody will come and speak to me, and I don't think anybody will, then I'll probably be ending this. And thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It's just one of those numbers that I want to see go up. That's it. It's you do it for me when you subscribe, and maybe you get something out of it. Maybe you'll learn that we want to be fair. We want to be fair towards animals. We don't want to be forcing them into slaughterhouses. We don't want to be exploiting them. Maybe we learn that we are fair people when we do that. And we stand for fairness. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have more suggestions for me, I read through the comments, especially the suggestions. I really want to get better at this. I don't care about myself or my method, whatever. I just really want animals to stop being exploited at the end of the day. That's what I want. We want to end this, okay? So if you are not vegan and you're watching this, please subscribe, and maybe you'll learn, maybe you'll enjoy some of this, maybe enjoy some of the conversations. Maybe if not, you'll at least enjoy the scenery or something. Yeah, and think about it, think about it this way. How can you stand for justice but participate in one of the biggest injustices ever, right? So if you're not vegan, think about that. If you are a vegan, then think about this perspective. If there's an animal being hurt right here and you're doing nothing, is that enough? No, we gotta speak up, As I was biking here, I was thinking, if there were for every kilometer that I biked here, and I think I biked, 4 kilometers, if there were for every kilometer here, there were an activist speaking up on behalf of animals, we would be helped. We would be way further along, and we need that more than anything. Okay, we need that more than anything. We need I read somewhere that the animal products consumption is on the high rise because the population is growing, and the growth of veganism, the growth of plant-based people is less than the growth of population. So that's why. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I tend to blabber too much. Tomek says thank you for what you're doing. Thank you so much for everybody who donated. Thank you for being here. I don't know yet if I'll be here tomorrow again. I might. Again, as I said, it depends. So, hit that notification bell to see if I'm live also tomorrow. And if I am, we'll do this again. And we'll start with the injustice thing again, because I enjoyed that conversation. I hope you're having a great evening. Draculum, thank you for being here. And yeah, please speak up for animals. Go out there and let's end this. Let's end this together, okay? Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. Bye.